1, 2, 3, press and you live by the chant. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone.
Enough about that. You guys hear that song every week. We don't need to hear it again tonight because tonight I got a special guest with me,
I
and
love that song.
it's a pretty good song. My cousin wrote it. Shout out to Cretext, by the way. He's a rapper from Massachusetts.
I
He's got a
love it.
new. Yeah, man. Maybe we got to make him make one for you.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm great, Daddy.
How you been? I haven't seen you since WrestleCon.
In Vegas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
And
what a successful. Oh my God. And who knew that we were going to be involved with Sabu in his last match? You know, they built it as his last match, and it was literally his last match.
yeah. I'm really upset about that because I got invited to it, and I was so tired from WrestleCon. And then if you go to WrestleMania all day long, I was like,
Right?
in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'll catch Sabu because I'm like, yeah, it's no way it's his last match. He'll be wrestling next year. I'm gonna see him somewhere. I did not think
Yeah, because
for
he called me the following Sunday. He was in that was that Friday, after WrestleCon all weekend. Then he went to Philadelphia. They had a WrestleCon there in Philly at the ECW Arena. So he called me the next day, Sunday. He said, "Hey, Fonzie, I want to have one more uh, final match, but I want to have in Tokyo." I said, "Oh, great. Okay, let's go." Because it was a big star in Tokyo,
yeah.
and I've been there several times. So, and then he passed, and then Mother's Day.
Yeah, I mean, I was like that. There's no way this is gonna be his last match. And see, I was right. He was gonna go to Tokyo and do it again. Why not?
Yeah.
Go make your money, man. It's your last match in that country, and then this country, and then this country. I get it, but unfortunately, that's not the way things turned out. It's still crazy to me. I still can't believe it. To be honest with
I
you,
know it.
it's been a little bit for you now. How are you holding up now?
I'm good. Van Dam was at the memorial in Lansing, Michigan, with his family, and then I went with Sandman and Todd Gordon, RV, of course, myself, and several other people at the ECW arena, and all the fans. The place was standing room only. We had a big memorial for him. It was great.
Man, what is there one moment with Sabu that is the one that sticks out with you? Like every time you think about him, you just think about that specific
No,
moment.
there's so many moments that stick out. The first time I met him, one of my first professional matches I got paid for was in 1979 in Lubbock, Texas. It was the Sheik, his uncle, and Terry Funk in a chain match,
Okay.
right?
Wow. That
Sold
must have been
out.
vicious. That must have been
Yeah,
vicious.
yeah. So I was just breaking in the business, trying to get my foot in the door. They put me in the main event with these guys refereeing, and I ended up
Wow.
doing really good. And the Sheik, both guys were bleeding. It was a chain match, Terry Funk, and the Sheik ended up stabbing me
Oh
with a
my.
pencil, and I still got the lead mark right here, if you can see it. Uh, um, and that was not. It was, so when I told Sabu that story, and I met Sabu at the ECW, in the mid '90s, and we clicked right there because that's his uncle. He said,
Instant.
"Oh, he loved the
Instantly.
story," and we were
Instantly.
like that. You know what I mean? And then all the great matches he's had, including the Bob Wire with Terry Funk and that famous Bob Wire match, and then so many more. You know what I mean? Him and Van Dam was spectacular. They were ECW.
Yeah, for me, no offense to anybody else from ECW, but definitely RVD Sabu were those two guys that just stood out. When you saw them have a match, it wasn't just like any other wrestling match. At that moment in time, it was magic, man. They were making
Yeah,
magic,
it,
baby.
it certainly was.
Yeah, great memories. Some of my fondest memories definitely from ECW. Rob Van Dam's probably my favorite wrestler of all time. The fact that you manage him or managed him for so many years all over the world makes me very envious
And
of
we
you.
still work together.
Yeah,
We still work together all the time.
he's another one. I don't think he's going to slow down anytime soon. How's he doing? Because I think he hurt one of his legs, or was it both of his
He
legs?
hurt both of his ankles.
I
He hurt both of his ankles, but he's back to normal now.
Yeah,
He's
that
back to
guy's a freak of
normal.
nature. He's definitely
Yeah,
not
yeah,
human.
he is. Yeah, he's
His
fantastic. He's
his
the
legs
whole
are not
epic
human.
show, Daddy.
The whole fucking show. That's absolutely right. And there's a young you right there, ECW. How was it working for ECW right off the jump? Like, did they give you like pretty much like as soon as you got there, like it's pretty much just be yourself, run your gimmick, do your thing?
No, I mean, I start off in '78 in Texas, trying to break in, working for Joe Blanchard, the Von Erichs, Paul Bosch, and the Fox, trying to get my foot in the door, but there was no room for another referee there. So I moved back to Florida, where I'm from. I'm from Tampa Bay, Florida Championship Wrestling, and somehow I wiggled my way. I'll tell you about that someday. To a spot in 1980, worked for Florida Championship Wrestling. Then from there, I was there 10 years, and from there went to WCW. From there, went to WWF and WrestleMania 9, and so on. So I get a phone call from Paul Heyman. So I've worked for all the major companies, the territories, then TBS, and then, of course, Vince. And then Paul Heyman called me because we met in the 80s. He was trying to break into business, and he did. Uh, and we were, friends in the early 80s. And he said, finally called me up. I had just left WWF. And he said, Fonzie, I got this company called ECW. I said, what the fuck's an ECW? I've been working for all these big, never worked for Indy in my life. So, this company is hardcore, this and that. I got an idea to bring you in because you just left Vince. You're family orientated, sports entertainment, and we're hardcore, blood and guts. We want you to come in and try to be like, turn our company into family entertainment like Vince. And the people hated me for that. So I was supposed to come in for 4 weeks, get chokeslammed by 911, and then leave. But my character got some notice, and so the people started hating me, and they put me with Taz and then RVD and Sabu, and I was end up there. I did 20. They did 22 pay-per-views, and I did 21 of them.
That's incredible, bro. It's some of the best pay-per-views that were ever hosted, ever.
Yeah, they were really cool, man.
Yeah, man, what a career. Paul Heyman was, he still is maybe the best mind in the business. He gets it better than anybody. Obviously, look who he's still representing.
Yeah, Paul was great. He was great to me.
Did you see that longevity in him back then? Like, did you have a feeling he was going to be like one of those
he
guys?
He had been around for a long time. He had been around.
No, for sure. He got started by hustling backstage, trying to take photos of all the wrestlers, right? Like a 13-year-old kid, right?
That was in the '70s, late '70s, and then in the '80s he became a manager and so on and so on. Worked for TBS, did it all, and then created ECW, which is freaking fantastic. And he's still he's on the board of directors in WWE.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He's like a big time go getter. He knows what he wants and he goes after it.
Yeah, he was great, man.
Paul Heyman, man, unbelievable. So we're gonna be talking a lot tonight. We have some big news over here, but I got some more pictures. This is you when you're young. How old are you there in that picture right there with the referee shirt?
Oh, that was probably in the early '80s of Florida Championship Wrestling. Is that an NWA patch?
I can't tell. It's
really
small.
Tell. It probably is. That's probably Florida Championship Wrestling from anywhere from 1980 to '88 or something.
And that's an awesome shot of you and Heyman, you and Sabu. And then, of course, that relationship you had with Taz early on. He's one of the guys, too, that if luck would have went a little more on his side, he could have been one of those guys, like right there with Stone Cold, Triple H, The Rock. He had it all.
He's got a better position now.
Well, yeah, pretty good position.
I'm glad, so he's doing good. He had his run. He had a good run. And now
for sure.
Color commentating and working for the biggest companies in the world.
Yeah, and his son's killing it too. Good looking kid from Red Hook, New York. Yeah, Taz is a good one, bro. Taz has always been real. I'll give that to Taz. The first time I ever met him, he was 100% real with me. Like, there was no bullshit in that guy. He's a straight shooter. He likes to get to the building, do his job, and do it better than anybody else there for the most part. There's me and you at WrestleCon recently.
Hey, Daddy. I like that pic. You look great, kid.
This year was a little like, I feel like I don't know. I feel like Vegas and WWE don't go too well together. I feel like the fans that are there, they're not real fans. Most of the people that I met at WrestleMania actually they were like, oh, we looked for things to do in Vegas today, and we bought tickets and showed up.
Right.
I'm like, what's going on here? So I don't know. And they're going back again next year. I'm sure you love Vegas. I know Sabu lived in Vegas. Is Vegas one of your favorite places to go?
Well, I did WrestleMania 9 in Las Vegas.
That was a classic too. Did they have you wearing the wardrobe, the tie-in gear?
No, it was WrestleMania 9. I refereed Giant Gonzalez and Undertaker.
Holy shit!
It was great, man.
I'm sure
Great.
you
I
were
just
looking up at Giant Gonzalez like all fucking night.
right.
Dude was huge, bro.
Yeah,
How
he
tall?
was.
How tall was he really? Like, was he really like 7'3", 7'4"?
No,
Look at that.
they built him as 8 foot. They
Eight
built him as
feet
8 foot.
tall.
He was
Oh my god.
7'8". 7'8".
7'8". What kind of?
25 was really cool, and I was his personal assistant for 3 years. So, uh, well, that was really cool. Traveled the world together for 3 years.
That's pretty
Him and
incredible.
I. He had to have
As
an assistant. You know, it was too big. He couldn't drive. You
this is a
know.
picture I took of you, I believe, 2 years ago with Rob and Sabu. I think this was like in Massachusetts. I think so. I think it was like Captain's Corner.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then some shots from you in the 2300 arena. I saw you last. No, this was more than this was like 3 years ago when Rob was taking on Rhino, and then of course you had the last match with Sabu. And by the way, props to you for all the spots you pulled off in that match because you look like you haven't skipped a beat in the ring at all.
Thanks, Eddie.
I like seeing it. I hope we don't have to see it again. Are we going to see it again? Are you going through another table?
Probably.
He's like, probably, man. Sabu, again, that shit is wild. Just again, rest in peace to him. But I want to get more into what we're going to be talking about later tonight, which is I want to know your story. I want to know your family story. I want to know, like, tell me everything. Because me and you were working on a special project along with one of our other friends, Mr. Ruda from Championship Material, which we all love him. We all love
Yeah,
Mr.
Ruda
Ruda.
Entertainment. He's one of my favorite people. I really love Joe. He's badass. He's a great guy.
He's a
He's
great guy.
spent time with me here in my home in Florida. We've worked together. We've worked WrestleCons together, and we have a really good relationship. He's a smart guy and a great guy to know.
Yeah, he's another one that's like a Paul Heyman kind of guy. Go getter. He knows
Yeah,
what he
he
wants.
is. No, he's a smart kid. Yeah.
He goes after it. I've been working with him, and before I even met him, it's funny because I met him at Battlefield in Pennsylvania, working a couple of shows over there, like as an interview guy, commentary, whatever they made me do. But now I find out he's writing a book, right? And then I'm like, well, I want to write a book. I'm writing a book too. And then all of a sudden we came together and started working on a bunch of projects. This officially got published today. This is a sample from my son's book that I did, which is called Nicholas at the Zoo. So you can get an idea of the animation in there. Here's a picture of the cover. I have my son's other book coming out, which is Nicholas at the Aquarium. And then, of course, me and Ruda got together and we made this book. Yeah, it's beautiful. He obviously wrote the book. I helped bring it to life with illustration and design, and it came out really good. I know we're getting a lot of buzz about it, but yeah, and we're also working on this too. This is coming soon too. This is pretty much almost done. Ruda's mantra, it always works out, written by Joel Ruda. And these aren't just like stories that, people are making up. This is his real life. Transitioned into paper, into art.
Hey, you know what? The truth really speaks to people.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know, all I
absolutely.
got to do is talk about my childhood and my growing up, where I grew up, and what I did, and then get into wrestling and going through school and get into wrestling, my career wrestling. All you do is tell the truth, and it's pretty unique. I got a kind of a unique story.
Absolutely, you
And
do.
pretty much on the good side too. I've never, I'm not a bad guy, so people
Yeah, no,
resonate with me, and I love to entertain.
no, you're a class act because I've met you a few times over the years. I've known you now for a while, and you've always been so nice, not just to me, but anybody I've seen you interact with. Very humble, very opening, very willing to like actually talk to people, take pictures with people, have conversations with people. More importantly, create memories with people, which you're incredible at.
Right, which is pretty cool.
That's what it's about. That's what this business is about. If you get into this business, it should be about two things if you're a wrestler: winning championships and creating memories for fans. That's it.
Right. Right.
Well,
And I've done well that way.
That's my
And I've
opinion.
been
That's my
doing that since I was so my life as a kid spins off into wrestling for some reason. I was entertaining when I was a kid. You know, uh okay, go ahead with some questions.
It was the best. I mean, dude, look at my room. Look at all those wrestlers.
Right.
it's more than a show to me, and many other people. It's a part of life. It's culture. It's the fabric inside me. I mean, I was 3 years old watching WrestleMania 3, and I remember it. I remember all
Wow.
the I remember all the people in the room. I was 3 years old, and all the men in the room were going ape shit when Andre was in there and getting slammed.
Right?
Everybody was losing their fucking minds, and that's what it was about. I just
Andre.
another quick shout out to Mr. Ruda. By the way, my co-host Jay wants to give you a big shout out to the legend, and he is a legend. Jay, hopefully you come in here and have a couple of questions for him as well. But shout out to Mr. Ruda. You can get any custom championship title you want from him. Make sure you hit him up, contact him today. And what's Fonzie got for us? Go ahead, show us that. Wow.
That's in the
That's
early 80s at the Miami Beach Convention Center
Jesus.
in the early 80s.
That must be one of your favorite items that you own.
I got a lot of cool items, pictures from WrestleMania to, Japan, where Sabu, Van Dam, Terry Funk, everybody, Dusty, my fabulous Moolah. You know what I mean? I've been around for a long time, so I got some cool memorabilia.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
really cool right there.
there's a
I mean,
famous,
Andre's one of those guys, bro. He's like a mythical creature. He's not even real.
right? There's a famous match with Bruiser Brody and Lex Luger in a cage. Have you ever heard about that?
I have heard
Yeah.
rumblings. You want to
Anyway,
clarify it?
I was a referee, and we just did
Wow.
big uh, wrestle memorabilia thing for Bruiser Brody in St. Louis. That was like a couple of weeks ago, or like a month ago, and I went out there because I was a referee in the cage match between those guys with
That's
that big
pretty awesome.
controversial thing. It was pretty cool.
That's crazy. I mean, I got some pictures here that I want to also show. I mean, where are we here? What, 7 years old? No, 10 years old?
Yeah, that's in elementary school. Um, and you see that one picture of me like blinking my eye. That was a class picture. So there's 20 other people in that picture, 25 other kids in that picture. It was pretty cool.
I think I have one of
That
those
was in the
pictures.
60s, sometimes in the 60s. That's my mom and dad. My mom was Hungarian, blonde hair, real light skin. She got a tan there because we live in Florida. And my father, Steve Alfonso, Hispanic. So he was a graduate from Tampa University, really smart, went into politics, and was really city council and uh, president of the baseball team, baseball league here in Tampa Bay. So I was around sports all my life and stuff. I had a great childhood. I had two other brothers who were born and raised right off a river. Uh, so I was fishing. I was always the best fisherman, catching crabs. I did all kind of really cool stuff, man, when I was a kid.
What's your first memory?
My first memory is um, growing up a block off the river with two older brothers. I might have been 4 or 5 years old, and my mom told me, "Don't go off the porch." Uh, and of course, as soon as he went in the house, I went off the porch and I wiggled my way down to the river, which was about 200 yards away. And all the older kids were there crabbing and fishing, and I went out in the water up to my waist, and I stepped in the hole and almost drowned. And a couple of kids pulled me out, uh, and then I learned how to swim.
Okay.
And then the river was my sanctuary for about 10 to 12 years, man. I had a blast growing up on the river, boats and skiing and fishing and, alligators and all kind of cool stuff.
Wow. Wow. So you basically growing up literally on the river, just swimming, fishing, cooking, chilling, hanging out with
Yeah,
the
and I was
boys.
always the best. With throwing cast nets, I was always the best fisherman out of all the neighborhood kids. Um, I was the best crabber. I used to cut the grass in the neighborhood to make money. It was cool as hell, man. Uh,
Would you have gone along with making a living out of that if you weren't doing the wrestling thing?
No, no, no. That was just something anything I did really good.
Okay.
Like I liked to fish, or I was a good fisherman. I liked to crab, go catch the blue crabs. I was a good crabber. Uh, and there was orange trees, and I'd pick oranges. I was an entrepreneur at 7, 8, 9 years old, selling oranges, selling mangoes. We had avocado trees. I was selling fish to all the neighbors and
Jeez, you
stuff.
could have opened up a whole supermarket.
Oh yeah, it was pretty damn cool. Uh, they're really
I like it.
cool.
I like it. You were a hustler, just like me. Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of, yeah, in a good way. The people would love
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Go through my cash stand, catch 20, 30 fish and go sell them five for $1, man. And, I
Can't,
have
can't go
five or
wrong.
six
Supply,
dollars at back then. Remember, I
basic
was born
supply
in
and demand.
1957. I was born in
Yeah, yeah.
57. So I'll be 68 next month.
That's a different time. They didn't have like Amazon Prime or Uber Eats.
Are you
People, if
kidding
you could
me?
bring them and provide them with a service that they actually liked, yeah, they would, they would love you.
There was only 3 channels on the black and white TV growing up.
Oh my God. Did you have a TV in your house when you first?
Oh yeah, there was one black and white TV in the living room where all the kids used to lay down and watch TV, watch The Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean?
You know what the cool thing back then was? It wasn't really like you could fight over different channels either. Like, how many
No, there was
channels were
only
there?
three. There was only three
Three. Okay.
channels.
And everybody probably wanted to watch the same one channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's actually pretty cool. Like nowadays, you can't even get your family to sit down and everybody's watching the same show. Everybody's into
Right.
their own thing.
Everybody's on their iPhones now.
iPhone, iPad, that. Some of them are wearing stupid helmets and they're doing VR. Yeah, it's a different world right now. It's not the same world your parents grew up in. And how long? When did they meet? How old were they when they got married?
They met. My dad was going to the University of Tampa, prestigious college here in Florida, University of Tampa, and he worked at the Greyhound bus station part time while he was going to college. Cleaning out the buses, whatever. And my mom lived in Michigan with her parents and all that. Her dad, my grandfather, worked for Henry Ford. My mom was born in 1930, so my grandfather was born in 1898 or something, and was friending with Henry Ford and was working, developing the Fords and stuff for the Henry Ford. And so my mom caught a Greyhound bus because her sister lived here in Tampa. And when my dad seen her pull into the bus station and get off the bus with the blonde hair, my dad was amazed, and they hooked up, and they eventually got married after he got out of college and stuff, and had 3 boys and 1 girl, and I was the youngest boy.
Wow, it's a big family. Yeah, man. Love at first
Yeah,
sight.
for
I guess.
four
Love at
kids.
first sight. Love at first sight
Yeah,
for
love
sure.
at first sight, and they never left each other until they both passed.
That's awesome. Yeah, that my parents sound the same. My grandparents were the same. Beautiful family picture right there.
Yeah, you see me holding it in the picture on the where I got my hand over my eye.
I
Right?
see you.
Why did I do shit like that? I was the attention getter, you know what I mean? And they say,
Even your
and they,
dad's looking at you like, "What are you doing?"
right, what the fuck you doing, Fonzie? You know? And they've been calling me Fonzie since I was a kid because my last name's Alfonso. So when I was in my, going to the like kindergarten, um, and they would say you would have to say your name Billie Alfonso, and the kids couldn't say Alfonso, so they called Alfonsi, and then they ended up calling me Fonzie. So I've been Fonzie before Henry Winkler,
Henry Winkler. I just read his
who I love,
biography,
by the way. I've met
his
him. He's really cool.
autobiography. Yeah, he's one
Yeah,
of the coolest guys. Very intelligent,
yeah,
very
yeah. I
smart
love
guy.
Henry.
Yeah, he's a good one for sure. But this family picture there, I mean, just look at the wardrobe. You can see how different times are now than then.
Right?
Jesus. This picture to the left looks like it could have been like a sitcom, like Leave It to Beaver, or
Right? Something, right?
100%. That's a sitcom. You got 3 boys and a little girl. Dad looks, and your dad has like these features. He looks like a movie star in this picture.
My dad looked like Ricky Ricardo. My mother looked like Lucy, but with blonde hair.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a great picture, man. And you usually don't see pictures this good from like that long ago, because that's a long time ago.
That picture is probably taken over 60 years ago.
Jesus Christ. And of course, here we have a weapon on the screen. Is that an alligator? Did you go ahead and catch yourself a gator?
Yeah, no, what I did, it was I was coming home from Miami on Wednesday across Alligator Alley, and I ran over him going about 90 miles an hour in the Cadillac. I had the Great Buddha with me, and I had Angela Mosca's son, uh, and I had one more other guy. So I threw him, I hit him, and I threw him in the trunk, and drove him home. We got home at 3 in the morning because at the Miami every Wednesday for a wrestling show at the convention center. Uh, it was a long trip, so when I got home, he was still alive, and I ended up shooting him the next morning. And
Okay, he was still alive after 90 miles an hour.
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, yeah, I just ran over something, and
Get that guy a contract.
yeah, it was pretty
Jesus
cool.
Christ.
Yeah.
So when was the first time you saw wrestling?
I guess I was about 13 years old. And my dad was a friend of the sports editor for the Tampa Times, the sports section in the Tampa Times. It was a big newspaper.
Yeah.
And wrestling, Florida Championship Wrestling was Eddie Graham and owned the company. They used to put an ad in the paper, who's going to wrestle that Tuesday night, an ad. And then, so my dad was having lunch with him on a Friday. And he said, "Hey, Steve, I got a couple of comp wrestling tickets here. You got some kids at home? Take them to your kids if they want to go to wrestling." So my dad came home with 2 comp tickets to go to wrestling. And he said, "Hey, Billy, I got 2 tickets." I said, "Wrestling? What's that? Never heard of it. Never seen it on TV. Nothing." And the matches were on the Tuesday night, every Tuesday night in Tampa, the old territories. Monday night, West Palm, Tampa Tuesday, Wednesday, Miami, Jacksonville Thursday, Friday and Saturday spot shows, and Sunday, Orlando. Repeat itself week after week after week, month after month, year after year. So my dad came home with the 2 comp tickets, and I wasn't really interested because I didn't know anything about wrestling. So they sat on the 2 comp tickets, sat on the fireplace all weekend, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So Tuesday came around and curiosity got me. I said, hmm, let me go see what this wrestling's about. So I grabbed the tickets, took my best friend, David Canal, who's now a wrestler, Cuban Assassin, or my really good friend. Uh, we went to wrestling, and as soon as we walk in there was Eddie Graham with the blonde hair, and Bobo Brazil, and Andre the Giant, and Fabulous Bull. I said, "Oh my God, this is what I wanted to do." I loved it. I loved it. I wanted to be a wrestler. So I used to beg my dad, "Hey, please see Frank Klein and get those comp tickets for me." And he did for a minute, but it was only $1.50 to get in back then. It was $3 to get in.
Yeah.
So I used to go every Tuesday night. I fell in love with it, and I wanted to be a wrestler. But I was a buck, 145 pounds, 150 pounds. I'm still like 165. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's probably the best thing to happen to me, not becoming a wrestler, because my career would have been over in 10 years. You get a 10-year run and you're done. Basically, your body's
Yeah.
beat
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So I wanted to wrestle, and I never grew and never grew. And then finally I started meeting the guys. I met Rocky Johnson and King Curtis, and used to go get them sandwiches and this and that. And they knew I went every Tuesday night. And they said, "You know what? That's who sent me to Texas." Rocky Johnson and King Curtis sent me to Texas to try to get a referee job.
Mm.
But they had Bronco Lubitz, David Manning, all these other referees, so it was impossible for me to get a full-time gig. Uh, so, man, I fell in love with the business, and I couldn't wrestle, but the next best thing, and I'm small. I make the guys look big. I love the business. I already knew what was going on before I broke in. Wrestling was real kayfabe back then.
You probably knew how to ref before they even trained
I
you.
kinda, I'm a natural athlete anyway. I was the best fisherman growing up. I was the best this guy. Could climb the tree the best. I would do good, no shoes and playing football on the street. I was athletic, played baseball my whole young life and stuff, and was really good. Made the all-star team. So I was a natural athlete. So I just fit right into the wrestling. Fit
So you were
right
just,
in.
yeah, you were naturally a good referee. That was it. It was done.
And then I was trained, it was Dusty Rhodes, Eddie
Mhm.
Graham, Hiro Matsuda, all these Jack Briscoe, Gerald Briscoe, all these guys were my mentors.
The
I
best of
lived,
the
I
best.
worked with these guys for 10 years.
Yeah. Wow.
How could I not be good?
What an
Dusty was very
experience.
intricate, and but Dusty was a Vince McMahon back then.
Yeah. I wish I could have met him. Wish I could have met him.
Yeah, it was like a father to me.
Yeah, that one's always gonna bother me. That I never even got to talk to that guy. Look at him. Yeah, he was so goddamn good, so charismatic, so captivating, and just instantly, he was instant entertainment. Is the way I like to describe
He
him.
was ahead of his time. He was a Vince McMahon of, the late 70s, early 80s,
Yeah, he was hustling above his pay grade, like
Oh yeah,
right
man.
away.
He was putting together shows, the last tango in Tampa, doing big shows like the WrestleManias, but it was called the last tango in Tampa at the Tampa Stadium, selling out Tampa Stadium. I'm on so many covers with Dusty and all these magazines. This is from the '80s. There's Kevin Sullivan and Dusty and Fonzie right in the middle. I'm a, you know, uh, so I've worked with all these guys, and it's been just crazy, man.
That's wild because you're like, oh, I'm not gonna be a wrestler, and then next thing you know, you're on the cover of all these magazines with like the best wrestlers in the world.
Yeah, I've been to Tokyo 13 times.
Gee.
Refereed the famous Fujinami Ric Flair match, 65,000 people. Uh, Here's another mag that I'm on the cover with. It's the largest selling magazine, period, in Japan. Is a sports baseball magazine. There's Giant Gonzalez and Fonzie on the cover of the largest selling magazine in Tokyo.
That's pretty badass.
And they picked that picture because Giant Gonzalez, the tallest athlete on the planet.
I
But
mean,
the main
you're
event
on the
was
you're on the second rope and barely catching up to him.
right. Yep. Yeah.
That's wild. That's
And it
cool.
was Fujinami and Ric Flair in the main event. 65,000 people, man. It was pretty damn
Wow.
cool.
Wow. How old were you right then?
Let's see, that was 91, 57,
91.
67, 77, 87. I was in my early 30s.
And that was the first time ever being in a building with that many humans, right?
No,
No?
but inside, that I told you
Okay.
don't inside, but I've been outside. I've been to Aloha Stadium. I've been to Roberto Clemente Stadium in Puerto Rico. The Aloha
What was the
Stadium in
first
Hawaii.
moment you had in like a huge, insane type place where you were just probably looking around for a second, like, holy shit, man?
Well, what's impressive is Madison Square Gardens, the most famous arena. It doesn't hold 80,000 people. I
No.
forgot what it holds, 22,000, whatever it holds.
22, yeah, yeah. But
Uh,
it's thunderous when it's jam
the
packed.
most famous arena on the planet. And then, Tokyo Dome, 65,000, and all these different stadiums, and Greensboro Coliseum that holds 30,000 people. The Los Angeles Forum back in the day, and um, Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, Boston Gardens, all these big buildings. Any big building, any major city. Now, when I was with WC and WWF, we would travel the United States working all these big shows.
Yeah.
So I was in the biggest arenas that you could were available. I was in them with refereeing these Summer Slams and WrestleManias and all these different shows. Pretty cool.
Okay. I want to get back to your family for a second, though. So give me some stories about your brothers and sisters, because they were all older than you. So that would make me assume.
Except my sister, she's 7 years younger. But my brother David was 2 years older
Which
than
one?
me.
Which one is David? David's the biggest one, or the one to the
No,
left?
the biggest one, and the one in the middle is Steve. He was
Steve.
four,
So
4 years older than me. David was 2 years older than me, and then we were all 2 years apart. All the boys were
okay.
2 years
And then
apart, but I was the
the girl's
youngest.
the baby.
Yes, he was 7 years old. Yeah.
Now, did your brothers pick on you?
No, no.
So they were cool with you. You had cool brothers.
I think we did good because we all played sports together. My
Okay.
father was the president of Wellswood, the little, the baseball league, one of the baseball leagues in Tampa, and we all played sports our whole lives. Went to the boys' club. We had a great childhood, and you know, as my brother started getting older, he got into the car business, and my
How
other
about
brother
you?
was in the
Did you ever pick on them or prank them or anything? Mess with them at all?
I don't know. Probably. I just don't
I'm
remember
just
any.
trying to get a story out of this. Like, did you ever do
No,
anything
I
to
think
mess
we
with
all
them
got
really
along
good?
really good, and Uh, maybe as we got a little older, you know what I mean? People do different things and stuff, but uh, I can't really recall anything bad. You know,
No, not
everything.
bad. Just messing around with people. I never had a
Yeah, yeah,
brother,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
used to mess with my uncle all the time. He used to piss me off. So one time, you know what I did to him? It's in the middle of the winter. It just snowed, and he would go out to get the mail in his boxers and a wife beater. Right on this particular day, I locked the door and I left his ass outside for about 3.5 hours, and he almost died.
Oh boy,
I was
not a good
five.
rib.
I was five.
Oh, right, that's
So I
cool.
was just trying to see if I could get a story like that out of you for for obvious reasons. Well,
Yeah,
it's obvious
I'll
it's
come. I'll
obvious
come.
for us. Not everybody
I'll
else
come up
knows
with
yet.
something. I'll come up with
All
something.
right, all right. So give me something about your mom or dad. Did you ever prank them at all? Anything funny, or maybe you could tell me what's your favorite memory? Maybe like from your dad's side. Like maybe was it a Christmas?
I don't know. My dad taking me to a lot of because we had spring training down here with the Yankees, and
That's awesome.
some of my idols growing up were of course Babe Ruth, but he was dead and gone by the time I was born. But Babe Ruth, a household name, Muhammad Ali, John F. Kennedy. These were all people I looked up to, and my dad was, political and civil servant, and I went to see JFK at a rally when I was a kid, and seen Muhammad Ali in an exhibition fight in Tampa at Curtis Dixon Hall. My dad took me to. It was pretty cool. Of course, Willie Mays and all those guys, all my idols growing up. My dad was a big part of uh, good figures, you know what I mean, to follow and stuff, and dream. And that's why I was dreaming when I came home and told my dad, I said, Dad, I want to be a wrestler, please give me those tickets. I would love wrestling. I love it. He said, follow your dreams, and
That's awesome.
he's passed now, but, I follow my dreams and I end up being in WrestleManias and, been to 15 different countries and doing the Tokyo Domes and all the big stadiums and, refereeing. It was a pretty cool career I've had. And that was because of my dad pushing me.
Yeah. See what
I,
happens when you have that positive influence. Anything's possible.
my grandson's 15 years old. He was a Cub Scout, a Boy Scout, National Honor Roll student, ahead of his classes and all that. You know why he's so good? He goes to church. You know why he's good? He's got good parents. He's got my daughter and her husband, or they live a block from me. I see my grandson comes every Thursday, has dinner with me. Live
That's
a
awesome.
block away, uh, and because he's got good parents. So I had good parents, so that's why I turned out pretty good. Never been to prison and all that bullshit.
Makes
But
sense.
could have, because back in the '80s, the we were partying.
Well,
Miami
yeah,
was
yeah,
the
yeah.
cocaine capital of the planet. My God, let's not say anything about that in the children's book. But anyway,
No,
there's a
not
lot
at
of
all.
stuff all around. Uh, but never got in big trouble.
That's a good thing. Unlike other
Yeah,
people that we know some wrestlers who do nothing but get in trouble, do nothing but get
yeah,
fired and
yeah. It
hired,
happens.
and
You see, it's easy to fall into it. You're a rock star in this business. The people put you up on a pedestal. They pay big money to come see Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage and Mr. Perfect and this guy and that guy. They put us. They make it easy for us, accessible. Everything's accessible. Drinking, you're on the road, you're partying, you're in a party atmosphere all the time. So, it's easy to look at Sonny. She's 20 years in prison now, DUIs and all kind of shit. She killed the guy, but
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
absolutely
well, we all
crazy
make
shit.
mistakes, but it's hard to be. Everybody's got a story about hard times. When you're a big star, from Lex Luger to Sting, all of them got stories.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's got an excuse too. Sometimes
Including me, yeah.
everybody's got an excuse, including my wife. She's got an excuse for everything.
Right,
But
Eddie?
hold on, wait. She might hear me. I'm always wrong. I'm wrong now, and I'll be wrong tomorrow too.
Right,
I'm sorry.
Eddie?
That's it. That's the trick to a happy marriage. Just shut up and admit you're wrong, even if you're not.
So hopefully when we get together with Ruda and we put this uh, thing together, man. I like to talk about my childhood, how I was so positive, the best fisherman in the neighborhood, the best this, and and all kind of cool
I
stuff
mean,
that
you could
I
lay it
did.
out right here for me. Like, let's say if you could imagine your life, let's say, your life is flashing between your eyes, right? And you're gonna see maybe 20 scenes of your life flashing. What are those scenes looking like? What are those eternal memories or moments or accomplishments or milestones? It could be whatever. I mean,
A great childhood growing up a block off the Hillsborough River, which was populated with all kind of fish, and people loved that river, and I was a big part of it. I was the out of the all the people that fished. I was the best fisherman, and knew that river like the back of my hand. I would pick the orange. I was the best. I was a natural salesman when I was a kid, selling the oranges and the fish and all that. Just good at all this stuff. When I was, cut people's grass and stuff, man, their grass looked excellent. I was the best grass cutter. I was known for being the best all the time in my neighborhood. And that's why people loved me. You know what I mean? I'd go out of my way to make everybody happy, all the old ladies, and go to the store for them. It was just a great childhood for me. And then it relates to life. You know what I mean? That's why I'm still well liked and I'm still relevant in the business today because I'm a good natured guy. And you know, imagine if I would have back in the day when I met Paul Heyman in the early '80s, if I was an asshole to him. I was already refereeing and he was trying to break into business. And
yeah,
imagine if I treated him like shit, he would have never called me for ECW. And I get that big run or.
yeah. It's
uh,
it's it's not worth it sometimes to burn the bridges by any means.
Right, right, brother. So and that
'Cause
was and that was all natural for me. I didn't plan on to be
yeah,
a cool guy. Uh I'm well liked.
100%. I got a quick question from you from Sean Moody. He just wants to know if Rob Van Dam and Sabu were the best two guys you ever managed, which I think that's kind of obvious.
Yeah, that's obvious. I didn't manage that many guys. I managed a couple of different guys in the indies around the country. Matthew Justice, I'm there in AIW this Friday night on the 18th for AIW John Thornton in Cleveland. I've been going up there 4 or 5 years. And Matthew Justice is a big superstar in the indie promotions. He's really badass. I manage him. I manage a couple other guys. Uh, and I managed Taz, but Van Dam and Sabu is where I got my most longevity out of managing and got the biggest push. And
First run in WWF was WWF at the time still, or was it WWE now?
WWF, I was a referee.
I love it. Well, yeah, that with Undertaker and Gonzalez, but I'm talking about as a manager. Your first run as a manager.
ECW.
ECW, but was it WWE though? When you went to WWE, was it WWE already, or was it still WWF when you went from ECW? I don't remember anymore.
I went from WCW to WWF.
So it was still WWF. Okay.
Right, and
And
then when I left WWF in '95 and went to ECW
and
'95.
when you came back with Rob Van Dam, that was your first managing stint, or did they put you with Sabu right away?
No, they put me with Taz when I went to ECW.
I'm talking about WWE, like Monday Night Raw. You were on Raw. I saw you a couple of times with
Yeah,
Sabu and
with Van Dam.
okay, with Van Dam. All right.
Yeah.
And what's your like favorite memory from WWF, WWE overall? Like if you had to pick one as like the starting point of your
I
career.
guess they just did a big documentary on WrestleMania 9 that said it was the most famous WrestleMania of them all. A lot of controversy. It was, at Caesar's Palace. Uh, and I got to referee one of the main events with Giant Gonzalez, who I was personal assistant for 3 years all over the world with him. That was pretty cool out in WWF. That was probably my biggest accomplishment. And of course, doing, Summer Slams and all the other pay per views and stuff like that, and being well liked by the office and Vince McMahon and all the agents and stuff could trust me really good. I was really good at what I did. But WrestleMania 9, I guess, was the peak of my standoutness in WWF.
Okay. Now how about WCW? What's your standout moment there?
Going to Japan and doing the Fujinami Ric Flair match. It was the first joint show in 1991 where WCW and New Japan Fujinami's group got together and ran a show. And they wanted me to come over and be the special referee for that main event. Wrestle, WCW and New Japan, Fujinami and Flair, 65,000 people. That's the one where I just showed you that picture with Giant Gonzalez on the cover. You know, when I'm standing up and I got the Japanese flag and an American flag that was stood for Fujinami and Ric Flair fighting each other. In the main event, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, Ric Flair was huge in Japan. Jesus, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
so
big
that was
time.
my standout moment there. That got me a contract. That got me a six-figure contract in WCW.
And how about ECW?
ECW was great, man. When Paul Heyman called me to come in for 4 weeks and be anti ECW because I was WWF friendly, we were WWF wants the doctor, his wife, and the two kids at ringside. ECW, their clientele was 19 to 30 years old, 90% men, hardcore, crazy, blood and guts, and I was supposed to be anti all that. People hated me for that. It was a work, of course, and I was supposed to get there for say 4 weeks to get chokeslammed by 911 and gone, but my character got over really good, and they made me a manager with Taz, and then eventually I went with Sabu and Van Dam.
Like as a manager, though, what do you think your standout match was? Standout moment? Was it something
I
with
don't know.
Rob?
I had that famous match with Beulah and Fonzie.
Okay.
Uh, we're almost bled to death. Had to get rushed to the hospital. There was a really cool match. I get asked about that all the time. Van Dam winning, carrying this belt uh, for 2 years. We beat Bam Bam Bigelow at the Burt Flickinger Center
Yeah.
in
Wow.
Buffalo, New York, and had the belt for 2 years, 3 months, 14 days. And this is the exact belt. Uh, so managing Van Dam, having that belt for the longest reigning television champion and Mr. Monday Night and all that, and doing all Sabu's matches, the famous Bob Wire, Terry Funk and Sabu match, doing stuff like that.
Do you have all the ECW tapes of like your promos and stuff like that that you
And there's a
used to
lot of
do?
it. It's all available on social media.
Yeah, no, but like it's some of them I haven't seen in so many years now, and you used to cut like I'm talking about on the weekly TV shows. They used to do ECW
Yeah, yeah,
back in the
yeah. It's
day.
all available on.
Bro, I gotta go
Yeah, it's
find
all
those.
available.
You were
It's all
great,
available.
man.
Yeah.
You used to get so hyped and so amped up, man, and
Yeah,
you
we
were
were
always
good.
ready.
That was the people love that character.
Yeah, that whole show was great because it was so anti Monday Night Raw type of show, like the complete opposite. It just but better, like because it's
Right,
real.
Daddy?
It's real. You're not watching fake scripted bullshit. People are talking from the heart, every promo you see, and I think that's what made ECW stand out. What was your standout moment, like academically? You think, like, did you do something ever like that stands out academically, like win an award, science fair?
Winning a lot of wrestling awards,
Okay.
like Manager of the Year in 1997. There was WWF, WCW, and ECW competing. And they had all the managers, Cornette and Jimmy Hart, and all these managers, and they gave it to ECW, me, Manager of the Year, which is pretty cool, prestigious award.
That's
And it's
awesome.
right here, 1997. Uh, Pretty cool to get this award. I have the award right there.
That's
It's in
badass.
the
Yeah, look at that. They gave you the full page.
Wrestling Illustrated. You know what I mean? They could have.
DWI, yeah.
Usually they would have picked somebody out of WWF or
Yeah.
WCW, one of the major companies. So we were proving ourselves. So we were ball players. ECW was a legitimate company.
100%, man. That's why I said it was so good watching those shows. So you certainly deserve that award, man. You were killing it when you were over there in ECW.
Yeah, we did really good. We did really good.
I wish ECW. Do you think ECW has a chance to come back? Do you think they'll
No,
ever bring it back?
no, but it still has a cult like following. That's why I
Oh,
worked
that
with
yeah,
it.
100%. But you really
As a
don't think WWE can never bring it back from the
not
dead for
like
something?
no.
Never, right? Okay. How about WCW? Ever see that making a revival?
No. Why even try? It's
The
WWE
reason the
now.
reason I'll tell you why is because they have so many different like with Netflix now, it's bigger than it's ever been, and there's more of a supply than there's more of a demand for wrestling than there's ever been. So, if they get bored enough one day, maybe they just turn it into the cruiserweight division. I don't know. Who knows
Yeah,
what they're
that
gonna
sounds
do?
cool.
I mean, the WCW cruiserweight division. I would do it. That's what I would do. I mean,
Right? I like that. Yeah.
they need guys like me because I have the ideas and I have the gimmicks and I have the styles and I can look at a wrestler and tell you if they're worth his shit in 4 seconds as a human and an athlete.
Right, Daddy?
That's me. I digress. You got to tell me more though. Junior high. How about junior high? Did you do anything in junior high that stands out? A
Play
memory.
basketball, was a medium, was athlete my whole life.
So
Uh,
basketball in junior high, baseball in high school,
no baseball,
baseball the whole way.
growing up from the time Pee Wee, like stick ball, all the way up to,
And
minor league
I'm
to
assuming
major league.
you won trophies and championships and all that in baseball.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you still have any
Yeah, I
of
did.
those
I was just
trophies?
saying, I was really good in sports. And, I was a good student, honor roll student in school.
So you were a jock and an honor roll student. That's pretty
Yeah,
badass.
not above like the
How
smartest
about
teacher.
girlfriends? Were you a ladies' man early on?
Yeah, well, once I hit junior high school, I had a
You're
crush on
talking
a
about being
girl.
good at all these things. I'm assuming you were good at that too.
Right, I got lucky. And, I used to like the prettiest girls, though they were hard the ones to get. But
Of
I had
course.
a lot of friends that were girls, and I kissed a
Oh, we know
few
how that
growing
goes.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good advice to all the young men out there. Make friends with girls. Yes.
right.
Be smart. Take your time. Do you ever watch Monday Night Raw at all
Yeah, I watch
nowadays?
it occasional. It's, since I'm still involved in the business and work all the time, like I'm going to Cleveland this Friday for AIW. And I just did Kissimmee this last Friday, and the Saturday before that, I was in Miami for a company called CCW. The multiple different companies and WrestleCons and stuff. They're all over the country all the time.
Well, you're
Uh,
getting booked like I think like nonstop for the better part of your career now. Like your career stopped as far as like being full-time manager for some of these guys, but all of a sudden the career takes a new turn and now picks up more than ever because everybody wants a piece of you now from
the
all over the
last three
world.
years, I've worked probably 40 times a year, 40 weekends a year.
Wow.
That's a lot. There's only 52 weeks in it. I probably work 40 of them, either
And you're
Friday and
staying busy.
Saturday, or just Friday, or just Saturday. One of the two. It's nice to work two shows in a weekend, but I'm happy with one and doing all. I've been to the last 4 or 5 WrestleManias at the WrestleCons. The one in Los Angeles, the one in Philly, the one in Las Vegas. I'm going back to Vegas this year. Do you go to Cauliflower Alley?
No, I've never been. Where's Cauliflower Alley?
It's a thing that's been in Las Vegas. They've been doing it 56 years. A
Okay.
big convention every year. Honoring guys. It's a
No,
big.
that last year that was my first time ever in Vegas. I had never been to Vegas before.
Yeah, Vegas is a big wrestling.
I'm gonna have to get you out to my island. You ever been to Greece?
Greece?
Yes, Greece.
No, I'd love to
Like
go.
like ancient Greece, the Greeks, all that great
I would
shit.
love to go. Are you kidding? My
My
wife and I this year went to
gotta show you.
Spain, Italy, France.
Oh, you were right next to Greece too. Oh God. Yeah.
Right, right. I'm sorry we didn't make it.
No,
Sorry we
you're
didn't make
good.
it.
There's always next year, or there's always this year. I mean, if you're ready, I'll hook you up with my cousin. She has a hotel on the beach, restaurant on the beach. Uh,
Really?
you're good for at least, I'd say, 5 days for sure. I'll try to make it 7, but
Wow, that'd be great,
I
man.
got you for 5 days over there, food and drinks and bed.
Unbelievable. I'd love to go just for a couple of days.
I'm gonna
I'm
send you
going
some
to work.
pictures later. I'm gonna send you some pictures later,
Okay.
100%. Because if you've
Yeah.
never been to Greece, we got to get you to Greece. That's for sure. All right. So traveling around the world, you've been to pretty much. Is there anywhere you haven't been that you want to be?
No, I haven't been to Africa. Then
Okay.
I'm okay with the places I've been. I've been all through Europe.
I'm assuming
England.
Australia. You've been to Australia?
No, no, one of the
Really?
ones I missed. I wouldn't mind going to New Zealand, but it's so far away. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
But
uh,
if they're gonna pay you, why not? If they're gonna pay
right. If
for it,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
case, but I'm not with the big company so more. So um, I think I got a show in England next year.
Yeah,
But I've been there several times. You know what I mean? In Japan, I think I want to go back to Japan because this match is coming up on 30 years or something. So they may use me to be a special referee and with that company. Uh, but you
do
know,
you have? I wanted to ask you, do you have a favorite experience with a fan? Like over the years, like maybe a fan
yeah,
that really
well,
touched your heart?
met so
I'm sure.
many
Yeah,
cool
of course.
fans. What's cool is not too long ago, this kid comes up to me and says, "Hey, Fonzie, how you doing?" He was at one of the independent shows recently in the last year or so, and he said, "You don't remember me?" I said, "No, I really don't." He says, uh, so he pulls out a picture of me and him. He's like 4 years old now. He's a grown man with kids and everything. So I met him like 30 years ago or something. Took a picture with him as a referee. That's pretty cool stuff,
That's actually awesome that 30 years later and make that same moment happen again. This time you get to meet his kid.
right?
Yeah, that's how long this fandom lasts.
Yeah,
I
that was
I
great.
believe the wrestling fans are, in my opinion, from all the different things in the world that people are fans of, from sports to comics and movies, Hollywood, the wrestling fans are the most fanatical. Like they take it to another level. They love this shit so much. The way they love it, it's insane how loyal these fans are.
And wrestling doesn't have a season. Baseball has a season, basketball has a season, hockey has a season, football has a season. Wrestling's 365 days a year, around the world. Pretty cool.
It's got its pros and its cons. It's
Yeah,
good. It's good and it's bad because, like you said, 10 years and you get it. Your body's done.
right.
Maybe adding an off season could help extend that lifespan just a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because not everybody is going to be Brock Lesnar and have this 25-year career, UFC champion of the world. Not everyone's going to be the Undertaker and last.
right,
So, you know how hard it is to do what these guys have done to last that long. I mean, look at Goldberg. He just had a match on Saturday night. His
right,
the longest match of his career was the last match. Make
right.
that shit make sense.
Yeah, I
That's
hear
crazy.
you.
So tell me some more about something that happened. Like, give me some stories. I mean, we have about another half hour review. That I just want you to give me some stories that you could see in the book, as far as like crazy things that happened to you, inspirational things that happened to you, or maybe somehow something you did that inspired someone else.
The traveling was tough when I was with Giant Gonzalez when he came from, Giant Gonzalez. They found he was playing European basketball in Europe, and of course Ted Turner owns Atlanta Hawks, CNN, WCW. He owns the largest bison herd in the United States. He owns everything. So a scout was in Europe and he saw Giant Gonzalez playing basketball in Europe. So they asked him if, they gave him a contract to come train for a year, and they wanted him to play in the NBA in the United States. But he already had been playing basketball for a long time, and he was a giant. His knees weren't 100%, so he couldn't really play. He could only give like 30% during a whole game of in the NBA because his knees were already shot. And they said, we really can't use you in the NBA because you can't perform. We need you 70% of the game, not So, but don't worry, we own this wrestling company, WCW. Ted Turner owns that. We're gonna make you wrestlers. They're wrestling. What's that? So, I got to be a part of training him and being friends with him and working with him when he first came as El Gigante, and and WCW and all that. They put us together, and then we went to WWF, and they called him Giant Gonzalez. So that was really cool, traveling around the world with the largest athlete on the planet. I was next to him 365 days a year for 3 years.
That's
He went
crazy.
home a couple of times back to Argentina, but not much, you know. And he only worked for 3 years because he was already had the Giants disease, and the Giants don't live long. Andre died at 46, I think, or 47, and Giant Gonzalez used to tell me all the time, Fonzie, I'm going to die young like Andre, and it was heartbreaking, but he made a lot of money. In the 3 years, he made a lot of money, and so did I with him, and we became super good friends. And we'd stay next to each other in the hotels. And he didn't like anybody in the car with us, so it was just me and him traveling together. The only thing he would fit in was a Cadillac, so I had a Cadillac 365 days a year.
Can't
From
beat that.
Avis. It was a pretty cool company bought it for us, or rented them for us a new Cadillac every day. Uh, and traveling with him, it was really cool, and got to do some cool stuff. Like he did one of the series in Baywatch with Pamela Anderson, and
Mm.
that we did he was on one of the episodes, and I was on the episode with him, but I didn't have a speaking part. I was playing volleyball in the background because, I was his assistant. We did Hulk Hogan's Thunder in Paradise, Hogan's television series, had for a couple of years with, uh, uh,
That's very cool. These are
yeah,
these are the kind of things I need to know because now I can
yeah,
picture a whole scene of you being on the set of Thunder in Paradise. It's
right. And then Thunder said of Baywatch too, but, not as a character. The Giant was, but I was behind the scenes, and
yeah.
so
So who
we
says
went
the
to.
scene can't be from your perspective and you're watching all this at the end of the day? This is cool shit that you've seen with your two eyes.
Right, going around the United States, walking into Madison Square Garden, was the largest athlete on the planet. How do you think? How do you think I felt? I felt pretty cool when we landed in Tokyo. I got a picture of all of us landing in Tokyo. A big welcome party. It was Sting, Flair, Giant Gonzalez, Fonzie, the Steiner Boys. There were, about 12 other wrestlers, Dusty, everybody, uh, and me walking around Tokyo. The people in Japan are small, and everything's small in Japan. Everything's compact. The cars, the streets are narrower, and all kind of stuff. And here I am, almost holding his hand, leading him around Tokyo, and have people following us because he was a sight. He was legitimately the largest athlete on the planet. There's nobody taller than him on the planet as an athlete. Nobody. There was a kid later on, Ming, who played for the Houston Rockets of basketball, the Chinese kid, but
Yeah,
he
me.
wasn't as
Yeah,
tall as Gonzalez, but that was after Gonzalez.
yeah.
So
Gonzalez
to
was the
get that
Gonzalez was the first.
all that attention and all the photographers and being put on the covers of magazines and special
Did
treatment
they
and
put him in the Guinness World Records at the time for being the tallest athlete in the world?
I'm not sure. I think they might have.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
that's pretty
I
incredible.
think they, in fact, I think they did because he was the tallest athlete.
That's crazy. And you're the tall, and you're rolling with him 360 days a year.
365 days a year, unless you
Three-
went home for a couple of days here and there. He lived in Argentina, so he
Well, I
went
gave you
home.
5 days. I figured you took 5 days to yourself, maybe Christmas and
Yeah, yeah. But he spent all the holidays with. We worked on the holidays.
But you didn't. You
Christmas is a
at
big
that time
night.
you weren't married then, right?
No,
You had nothing
Christmas
holding
was
you
a big
back.
night. It was a big night. Thanksgiving was a sellout in Greensboro, North Carolina. Christmas night at the Bayfront Center in St. Pete, Dusty and Kevin Sullivan. Uh, all the holidays are big wrestling deals.
That's crazy,
So,
man. And you were getting a decent payday every day,
I was
chilling,
making six figures.
chilling. Yeah, you can't beat that. And you're giving you a Cadillac. I'm sure they're throwing food at you. God only knows what else was coming your way. It was probably all
Yeah,
good.
the perks are really good. The
So tell me
perks are
about
really
this
good.
girl in the class right here. Did you make a move on her?
The girl behind me with the little head thing on, Debbie Lee. I thought she was beautiful. I was in love with her sister.
Debbie
That was
Lee. Okay.
that was that was I think sixth grade. Look, I'm winking at the camera.
That's funny.
If you could get a close up of that, I'm winking
Yeah,
at the
yeah, yeah.
camera.
Let
You know
me,
what I mean?
let me
And
put that up
the
right here.
girl, the girl behind me was called. Her name was Debbie Lee, and her sister was Bridget Lee.
So you
Beautiful.
like Debbie Lee, but her sister was much hotter.
Oh, I liked her sister,
Okay.
Bridget. But Debbie and I were really good friends.
I like how you're in the front of the class too. Like you wanted to be up front, make sure you had the teacher's attention at all times.
Yep.
I like it. Okay. We're gonna move on to the next slide real quick. This is the U. This is now obviously grade school baseball here.
No, that was probably I was probably 10, 12
Okay.
years old in there. That's me with my arms. I'm the one in the middle, the dark skinned kid, with my arms stuck out.
Copy that. Let me introduce you to my co-host. This is Jay. Jay's a big
Hey,
fan
Jay
of yours.
Daddy,
Sir,
what's
is
up,
an
kid?
honor. It's an honor to meet you. I've been watching you since I was a teenager. I never thought in my life we would have a conversation or you even say, hey, and what's up, Jay? So it is truly an honor, sir.
Where are you from, Jay?
I'm from Queens, New York.
Oh, nice, the Elks Lodge
I-
there.
am gonna I'm gonna bless Jay right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give him something that he's been
ECW, the
dreaming
Elks
about.
Lodge was badass, man. And
El
I'm
Lodge.
gonna give Jay some one-on-one time with you. He's got some questions for you, and he loves you, and this is like a dream for him. So Fonzie, you're making another person's dream come true right now.
hey, Daddy. Hey, I can tell he loves. If he likes me, I know he loves the wrestling business like I
I,
do. So
I
you're one of
truly love it.
us.
When I started watching ECW, I was a teenager, literally. No cable, just regular antenna, trying to
Late
get
at
some
night. The show
late
came on
night.
late at night.
I was flipping channels because I was one of those guys on Saturday nights that I would watch these music videos that I was not allowed to watch when I was a kid. So I would
Right.
stay up at night. I would watch it and I put the channels. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing Bam Bam Bigelow and Spike Dudley having a match. And I'm
Wow.
seeing Spike busted open, going through tables. I was like, what am I
What the hell is
watching?
that? This
I
is
don't
not
even know what it is.
WWF.
Well, all I know is from that day on, every Saturday, I would try. I'm not saying I was a teen, so remind you, I would pass out at times, but I would try
Right.
to do my best to watch every Saturday night.
Yeah, late at night,
It
brother.
was
Thanks, Daddy.
awesome. You guys knew had that reach, right? I mean, it was just late night. You guys just aired whenever. I
Yeah,
mean, how
we
did it
were on
go? How
late
did it go?
night
Was it
until
always late night?
as time went by. Of course, we got on better channels and TNN and so on and so on. But
Okay,
at the beginning, we were on late at night. Where
okay.
nobody
It,
knew what to
it's,
do with us.
I guess that's what it was loud then in the 90s, right?
Yeah,
Because
nobody knew
the
what to
90s
do
was a
with us
crazy
until
time. It was a really crazy time with crime, and all that going on. So I'm pretty sure they were like, probably the late night. So, I just remember trying and
right,
it was like, oh
right.
man, this is just awesome. But, you know, I got to tell you something. When I was also a kid, I was shy to talk to a group of people, let alone 10, 30. My question to you is, how do you cut promos? But did it come so easily to you, or at first
No, it
you
didn't
needed
come
some
easy
help with
at
it? How
first.
did that go about?
No, it wasn't easy at first because I was a referee for years and years, and referees don't usually do promos. Maybe a couple a year. Well, we threw
Right.
them over the top rope for disqualification. You referees did. So when I came to ECW and I started doing the promos and stuff, it was kind of hard for me to do a little bit. But Paul Heyman said, Fonzie, just treat it like a shoot. Just tell the truth on the promo.
All
You're
right.
going to be at the ECW arena. You're fighting Sandman. Taz is your boy. You this and that. So I said, okay, let me try. I said, okay, Daddy, December 22nd, Daddy, at the ECW arena. My man Taz is going to smoke Sandman's ass, Daddy. It was easy.
Yeah,
I
of
didn't tell the
course.
truth. I didn't tell the
Yeah.
truth. So I
And
knew,
just to have,
so it started
I guess
becoming
it was just more
easier.
of the,
It,
I guess
it
it was
started.
just more of the energy. You just have to just basically the way you just said it right now.
Now I'm naturally a hyper guy. I'm naturally a
Oh,
hyper
okay.
guy, so I fit right in that. I was just being Fonzie, but added a little more hype to it.
Because I seen it, it's like so easy for you. I see the Matthew Justice promos, which I love, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
with Matthew
I think
Justice.
Savage.
I'm with Matthew I'm with
Right.
Matthew Justice this Friday in AIW in Cleveland. I managed
Okay.
him at the Justice.
Yeah, because I know he's a badass in the MLW. But
Yeah, he's a
you
tough
know, I
kid.
see you with the promos with him, and I'm like, Jesus, this is so easy for Bill. I'm like, this just must come like that. So, you know, you opening that up to me, I didn't know you went through all that, but you know, like you say, you know, you're just being yourself and just saying what it is. That is tonight. Sabu has the match for this, and this is going on right here in the
Yeah, all
23.
you gotta do is tell the truth in your own way and hype it up a little bit,
Yeah.
Daddy. You know what I mean?
But you know, not you know, I don't like I said, I came a little late. I don't know if you're from New York, but in New York here is like a big thunderstorm, sucks driving, horrible. That's why I'm a little late. Excuse me,
No,
but
all
it's just
good, brother.
really
All good. I'm
bad.
glad you made it. I'm glad
Yeah,
you
it's
made it.
really bad out here. But you've been in the business for quite some time. I don't know if Savage caught. Maybe he did, but I had this question I had to ask you because Starcade, first one, Race Flair. How how was that? Just I guess not only being because I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you were one of the officials in the conference room during that first main event,
Yeah,
if I'm
yeah.
correct. Correct?
All this was kind of new to us because
Okay.
now there's a pay-per-view every month.
Yeah.
WWF has WrestleMania, has this SummerSlam, this and that, but all that was kind of new to us. So it
Okay.
was amazing. So, doing a damn stadium full of people, Starcade and doing that press conference and all that. That was kind of new. So I just fell into place and did what I was told and right place at the right time, you
And
know.
and this is why I had to. How was that experience? Not let alone just watching that match. How was that experience for you? It must have been insane. Insane.
Yeah, it was probably the biggest events that we have done until that at that time. I mean, it didn't. That was a WrestleMania back then.
Yeah.
So it was all pretty new and kind of amazing. We're all thrilled to be there. Are you kidding me? It was amazing. And I got the referee the main events and all kind of cool stuff and backstage and working with those guys and getting a payday and all that. It was pretty damn cool, man. It was pretty cool. And they
We
were they were testing the waters. They didn't know, that later on there's going to be, look, ECW, we were there 5 years. We did 22 pay-per-views. Vince has pay-per-views every month. WCW had pay-per-views. So it's normal now, but back then it was exciting, Daddy.
it was exciting, I guess, because the
Yeah.
competition just built between one and
Yeah.
another, just going at it, seeing who
Yeah.
could produce the best show and that. But I gotta say, you guys always add my. I wasn't like really. I gotta admit, the WCW for me during the late '90s, I kind of fell off.
Yeah,
You
it
know, I
did. It
just
was
didn't
it
like
was out, it was
yeah,
downgrading, and Vince had
yeah.
nothing with
You
anybody.
know, you probably went in the great era, you know, with William Regal and stunning Steve Austin and all them. But what I was seeing in the late '90s, I was just seeing a lot of, I don't know, I
Yeah, it
call
was
it
finishing up.
The Jerry
It was
Springer era.
finishing up. Yeah, it was done. It was done.
Yeah,
That's why they
I
went out of
mean,
business.
how did you feel about that? Because you know, you did, you know, work
It
in
was the evolution
WCW.
of the
So
wrestling. It was the evolution of wrestling.
would
Things
you ever
happen.
say to yourself that, wow, this is really going to go out of business? Do you ever foresight see that or anything like that, or you just maybe it
Not
was just
really. When it started happening, and we seen it, but you know what I mean. I said, okay, it's going out of business because the other company's bigger and better. You know.
yeah, yeah? And then WWE became that beast, and now we have
Right.
different
Lucky
promotions
enough, I
like
win.
TNA. Yeah, now we have TNA and AEW, and now I don't know if Savage touched this or not, but I know you were Hard Justice. Probably one of the matches I enjoyed was Sabu and RVD. You were there. Was that just a one off for you, Bill, or because I would assume that you would just continue to work there for a little while. How did that whole TNA come about of you just coming in and managing both? How did that all come about for you? How did that all start?
They just called me, Sabu and Van Dam were on fire. And of course, I was a big part of them. So why wouldn't they have me involved in some capacity? But I mean, called all the time for doing shows like that. I worked for MLW uh, quite a few times this year, last year. I worked for GCW, another big company that's crazy, kind of like an ECW type deal. Where that's where Sabu just had his last match in Vegas against Joey Janela in that barbed wire match. They use me occasionally, so it's pretty common for me to get a call from these companies and hey, come do something here. And which is, I'm glad they do.
Yeah, and I mean, you're still going strong. I just thought like because at that time I was watching TNA, so I was just a fan, and I was just like, "Where's Bill?" At times, I would be like, "Where is he? Why am I watching this 2 hours of what's going on? Why I don't see more RVD? Why I don't see more Sabu? What's going on?" Like, the direction was just like for me as a fan watching it, I just felt like at times it wasn't consistent. It
Yeah, it
was
was a
just
big
like
company. They didn't have
every
the
week.
money like AEW
Yeah,
or WWF. They were on a shoestring budget, but
maybe
they did okay. They did okay.
yeah.
They couldn't afford the big super names like Steve Austin or any of those guys. Or uh, bringing guys occasionally, but they did okay.
Yeah. And I mean, you've been around legends. I mean, talk about Terry Funk. Talk about that first match, like you officiate. How was that? I mean, that must have been badass, no?
Yeah, but Terry, who we just lost in the last few years, was a mentor to me, and to get to work with him, was sensational, sensational. Um, I got all kind of pictures. I'm looking for one
I
right
know.
here. I'm looking for one right
Love the
here.
collection,
I
man.
got tons of pictures. Here's one of Terry Fonzie, and Dr. Des Steve Williams. I don't know where that was. It probably was at the ECW arena. I'm thinking of. Uh,
Wow.
but I'm so loaded with pictures and memorabilia. It's pretty damn cool.
I'm sure you have a collection people will die for. They probably ask you to this day if you're selling it or not. No, I bet. I bet you get people like that all the time.
Yeah, I said when I go to the conventions and wrestling shows, of course I take 8x10s. Everybody does, and I sell them.
Oh,
People buy them, and I got all kind of cool ECW stuff like jackets, uh, all kind
that's,
of cool paraphernalia, jackets, and can you see that stuff?
yeah, I see it. I see it perfectly. Everybody sees
Jackets
it.
and pretty
You
cool
have you
prints.
have one of those in a 2X?
Yes, I do. I
You're
do.
correct. He
I
does. Yes.
do. Backpacks.
Yeah,
People
give us
just
the give
love
us the
it.
tour. Give us the tour, Fonzie.
People
No,
just love it.
Can
Call.
people hit you up right now to buy any of this?
Yeah, all the time. I sell it on my social media, and I do shows all the time, and I take it all to WrestleCons and stuff. You see some of the stuff I had in
Yeah,
Las Vegas.
absolutely. Yeah, you have a hell of a table.
Yeah, Harley Race gave me this belt. It's a replica of his belt.
That's
nice.
badass.
Harley Race gave it to me. And there's a belt that I worked for a company called CCW in South Florida. Big company. They had a Bill Alfonso hardcore tournament, like an ECW type tournament. There's a belt. This is the ECW belt that Van Dam had for 2 years.
That's
That's
Um,
sick.
yeah,
That's
just all kind of cool pictures and stuff. There's Sabu and all. Oh, I got tons of magazines. Oh my God, I'm in every one of those magazines. Uh, There's a Harley Race with the belt I just showed you. Uh, Nature Boy Ric Flair. It's just all kind of cool stuff.
oh, the
Uh,
hat. The hat was the trademark. How did the hat and the whistle come about?
I don't know. That was Paul Heyman's idea about the whistle, and I'm the only guy who blows a whistle. I get these, I make these and sell them. People love them.
That's badass. Yeah, that's cool.
You know, uh, been in High Times magazine, been in uh, all kind of
I
television
see. I see you got
series.
a. I see you got a little Hulk Hogan section going on.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Look. This is a great picture. There's me, Hulk Hogan, and Giant Gonzalez.
That's
wow.
crazy. That's so cool. Look how
I'm
jacked
not a
you guys
small
all
guy.
are.
I'm not big, And Hogan's certainly big, but look how big fucking Giant Gonzalez
Yeah,
is.
that's not even like human looking. I mean,
Is
he
that
looks like he's out of
crazy?
a video game or something.
Is that crazy? I tried to pitch. I met a guy. I was flying to Los Angeles to go do a show out there for Circle Six, and I was sitting next to some type of executive for Starbucks. And I got this picture on my phone. I pulled up this picture and I said, "Hey, is there any way we can come up with you order a Fonzie or a Hogan or Giant Gonzalez, small, large, or larger?" And he laughed. He liked the idea, but we just talked about it,
Yeah, yeah. I
So
could have seen
I,
somebody
I
picking
pitched
up on
it.
that.
I tried to pitch it to Starbucks guy, and he wasn't a big executive. He just worked for them as a salesman. I don't know what it was, but here's another picture of Hogan. I don't know if you can see this real good, but that's at the London Heathrow Airport. And Hogan's got his arms around me. There's Yokozuna, Hacksaw, Jim Duggan. We went to 5 countries and 7 cities in 7 days on a tour.
Wow.
Bastion Booger, Tito
That's a crew.
Santana, Jimmy Hart, the Steiner Boys, Bam Bam Bigelow, Mr. Fuji. We were all there, and of course, I was the only referee in there. Brutus the Barber, so that was pretty cool going on that tour.
Oh my god. Let me ask you a quick one. What was the worst bump you ever took as a ref?
I don't know. There've been quite a few where I've gotten hurt. Where there's one thing we did. It was a match. It was Greensboro, North Carolina. It was NWA. It's back in the late '80s or early '90s or something. You guys still with me?
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So the main event was Sergeant Slaughter and Wahoo McDaniel in a
Okay.
match. Greensboro Coliseum, North Carolina. The big Coliseum held, 28,000, 30,000 people or something, sold out. So the finish was, I was a referee. It was Wahoo against Sergeant Slaughter. So they got it, boom, boom, boom. Finally, Slaughter stops. Wahoo goes out and grabs the belt. It was for a belt, the heavyweight belt, whatever belt it was, a Mid-Atlantic belt or whatever. So Slaughter brings in the belt. As Slaughter comes through the ropes, Wahoo kicks him and grabs the belt. He goes to hit Slaughter with the belt. Slaughter moves and he hits the referee and gets disqualified. And the referee was me. But I'm behind Slaughter, and Wahoo couldn't see me because Wahoo's so big. I mean, the Slaughter's so big. Wahoo couldn't see me behind him. So when Slaughter moved, Wahoo, bam, hit me, and he didn't hit me with this part of the belt. He hit me with this part of the belt, right here. Hit me right here, and I
Oh.
got 47 stitches.
Oh.
Right here, bam, busted
Wow.
me open. Had to get rushed to the hospital and all that shit, and unconscious and all that.
Okay.
Some of
Wow.
those going through tables, I've broken ribs and my nose and all kind of shit. I broke my arm so bad in Louisiana one time. ECW with something going through a table, whatever. They had to put a titanium plate and got 9 screws. So I get banged up, but it's not as much as the boys. But I've had
No,
my
for
share of
sure. But you've had
concussions.
100%.
I've had
100%.
my share of concussions, stitches, and broken bones. And I'm the referee and
And
manager only, Jay.
I guarantee you wouldn't take back any of it.
No, I wouldn't, because I got through it somehow, and it's something for me to talk about to you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you ask me, hey, tell me a story about getting bumped, and so I got stitched up, you know what I mean? Hey, Jay, do you remember, you ever see the match between me and Beulah McGillicuddy? You Google it. It's Fonzie against Beulah. So
Jay, you there?
that's where I got busted open, almost bled to death, had to get rushed to the hospital. It was a pretty famous match, ECW match. So you can Google Bill Alfonso.
I think Jay's muted, but I think he probably has seen that match. This
You
kid
guys
seems
are
like
moving.
I'm moving.
Okay. Okay.
I was a little muted. Yes, I seen the match. Yes, it was famous.
Okay, I lost you for a second.
I'm here. I know. I didn't know, but that was me. That was my.
Oh, all good. All good, boys. Hey, well, let's wrap this up so we can do it again, man.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I think the story writes itself. I think your story is a simple one, and it's a story about encouragement, inspiration. It's a story about how your dad, through love, compassion, and support, that's how you got to become exactly what you wanted to become, exactly who you were
Follow
meant to
my
be.
dreams, because
Exactly.
when my dad came home with
That's
the
what a
two
lot of
free
people don't.
tickets,
Yeah, that's what a lot of people lack. They don't follow their dreams.
I
Yeah,
had
I
a
mean,
dream to become a professional wrestler when I
Oh
was a
yeah,
kid, when I was 13 years old, but I grew up to be small. I'm a buck 65 right now, so I couldn't wrestle. So next
right.
best thing was refereeing, and that was a blessing, because if I would have wrestled, I told Savage earlier, Jay, that if I would have been a wrestler, my career would have been over in 10 years.
All right.
With broken hips and
at
all
least
that.
back at least back then, working with all those giants, because that was an
But there's
era
so
of
Yeah,
big
so
big
I've had
men.
a over 4 decades in the business being a
Now,
referee.
now, if you were 21 years old and a buck 50, you could become the world champion in today's world of professional wrestling.
Right? Look at Spike Dudley. Yeah.
Spike Dudley. I mean, look at all these guys. Look at Darby Allin and
Right.
all these tiny
But
guys
all
that are
those
doing the
guys get very
crazy shit.
fault. Spike Dudley needs a hip and all kind of shit.
Oh God, Spike Dudley took some hellacious bumps. Look, that's a beautiful picture too, right there. You and the
That's me and
brothers.
my three brothers. I'm the one squatting down. I'm the darkest one. Back then there was no sunscreen, in Florida. You know what I mean? Look how black I was.
They,
Plus
they
I'm
had you guys.
Spanish descent.
They had you guys running outside all day catching fish, and
Oh
that's why you had the
yeah.
beautiful tan, bro. Did you go up and down the river shirtless? Like, what was
Oh
your?
yeah,
Okay, so
brother.
you shorts and shirtless, right? Were you barefoot too?
Yep, sure was.
I
I knew
believe
the
it.
river like the back of my hand. I had a great childhood, man.
Running up and down, man. Fonzie, bro, we appreciate you coming on. What an incredible career. We're going to bring you on again. I have a lot of ideas to run by you, but I'm pretty sure this right here, it's going to be like very easy to write and illustrate this story, because honestly, your dad, just those simple words you told me, like, if it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't have become what I become, because he
My
told
dad
me
told me to
I
treat
could.
everybody good. Told me to
Yeah.
treat everybody like I want to be treated. So
Yeah.
I think of me in a car in a children's book, walking around Japan holding Giant Gonzalez's hand, a tall athlete on the planet, saying konnichiwa to all the Japanese people. It's gonna be good. I hope.
It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to get started on it, and we're going to start working on it as soon as possible. And you're going to be very involved in the process, page by page. We're going to make sure we get every detail on every page, exactly how you want it, exactly how you picture it. Thank you for sending me the pictures you did. That's going to be a great start. If you have any other pictures you want to
I
send
do.
my way,
I got some pictures of me fishing and all that. I'm gonna dig
yes,
them up.
send all of that. The more you send me, the more I'm gonna make you smile when I send you some samples.
Very nice. Jay, I
All right.
want you to be safe going home because the weather's all fucked up there, so
So,
be safe
Alfonso,
driving home and
it's
all that.
truly a
And
pleasure,
hopefully
sir.
when I come
Truly a
up, I
pleasure.
come up to that area a lot. I was just in Philadelphia like
I
3
wouldn't love
times.
nothing more to chat with you face to face. It's truly an honor.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
next
Yeah,
time you're
yeah.
in New York or Queens, let me know. We can go out for some Greek food. Go
Absolutely.
to the
Absolutely.
bakery. We'll get
Go
you
for
some
some steak.
cheesecake, some cannolis, some baked clams. We'll hook
I
you up,
love
man.
it. I love baked clams. I love it all.
All right, brother.
All
Thank
right,
you so
guys.
much.
You take
Brother,
care. Thanks
take
for
care.
having
Adios.
me on.
Thank
Talk
you.
soon. Savage, call me anytime. Looking forward to talking to you soon.
You got it, brother. I'll see you soon.
Take care,
Take
brother.
care, Jay.
Take care, brother.
All right, Jay. What's up, man? You had some
Wow.
fun with Mr. Fonzie?
That truly made my night. I don't care what's going on right now on
You're
Raw, whatever. Just talking to Bill Alfonso, somebody that I watched as a teenager, and now I had the privilege to ask him a few questions about his life and what he's done and what I really wanted to know for like 15, 20 minutes. I mean, Jesus, it can't get better than this. I mean,
Ruda sending some love to Mr. Fonzie right there. I caught a little bit of Raw, like on the side, a glimpse of my eyes. I saw a little. I saw Nikki Bella get crushed. I saw a couple of things. I guess we can start talking about Raw. We just had Mr. Fonzie on the show. Special start time 8:00. If you missed it, you can rewind it, watch it again. Nice hour and a half almost with the man, the legend. Last week we had a podcast.
Yeah,
It
the
was a
shoulder.
little, it was a little wild. I'm
Yeah,
not even going to show the clip. If you guys want, you can go watch it from last week. Papa Don had some choice words for me, which, by the way, I didn't appreciate. The disrespect from a fellow Greek.
It was a
You know,
bloodbath.
the Greeks have intelligence, but I don't think Papa Don's was on that night. I think he was on another level. But what are you going to do? Papa Don. Papa Don. I respect the guy. The guy can beat up anybody at any given night, but
It was a bloodbath. That's what I was watching.
He starts bringing up my client Ox Adams. He starts talking about how he's the Jolly Green. You know what? I don't even want to get into it right now because I'm in a good mood. We just had Fonzie on, so listen, we'll talk more about Heat Wave in a little bit. But you're not here for Heat Wave right now. Right now, you're here for Fonzie. You're here for Monday Night Raw. Nikki Bella had a match tonight, Jay, and I think she lost, or did she win? I don't even know.
She won.
She won her match. I see Rusev and Sheamus right now are having words on Monday Night Raw.
You know, we should see another battle between these two.
I guess they're going again. They had a good match, though.
Yeah, but we need to put it on a PLE. Why not
Chelsea Green? What are we doing with Chelsea Green? We didn't hear from Gunther yet, right?
No, not yet. Not yet.
We're going to get into all that. There was a lot of wrestling this past weekend. I mean, a lot of wrestling to the point where if you didn't have a completely free schedule, you probably weren't keeping up with it, especially AEW's 18-hour show.
AEW, the clock set on my TV 6:53.
We have a lot to look forward to tonight. I am looking forward to this. I'm assuming this is the main event. We get Braun Breaker, CM Punk, Jey Uso, LA Knight, and Penta.
I'm excited.
Gauntlet match.
I'm excited.
How's this starting? One person at a time?
I'll tell you how this started when Seth Rollins got injured. For real. That's how
I think he got injured before that, and they used that as a cover story. But we're going to talk about that too. We'll get into it. So Nikki Bella, she's a winner tonight, Jay said. Even though she got beat up after, right? I believe it was was it Alba Fire and Piper Niven that were beating her up?
Piper who?
Piper Niven.
Yeah, it was. And I was really surprised she lost on Evolution yesterday. Really surprised.
We'll talk about Evolution. SummerSlam's coming up August 2nd. Tickets are still available.
Okay. So look at this. They just announced right now the triple threat match. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and the new champion Naomi. Is that going to make me want to get excited for SummerSlam?
And they just announced a rematch between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria as well.
You see, that's going to be one hell of a match that's going to cause crickets.
How about Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill getting announced?
Savage, my mouth is still dropped because this is going to be a straight up match. I can't believe it. I had Naomi coming in this match.
Well, it's going to be Jade Cargill. And then, of course, we have the celebrity match, Jelly Roll, who, by the way, the last time he was on TV, it looks like he's lost 300+ pounds.
Well, that's what happens, Savage, when you become a millionaire. You start to get the right people on your corner, and you start losing 300 pounds.
And you get the tag team. And you get the tag team with Randy Orton at SummerSlam.
I got to build a partnership with Jelly Roll. I just signed a contract with him. I got to put him in the ring. Why not?
He's definitely going to get in the ring. Last week's Monday Night Raw kicked off. Seth Rollins talking a lot of trash. Kairi Sane defeated Roxanne Perez.
Horrible.
Yeah, the Judgment Day. Roxanne Perez starting some drama. Braun Breaker crushed Sami Zayn. Valkyria basically stood tall in her shit talking that was going on. We had Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed, and Bronson Reed flattened Jey Uso in a hard-hitting contest. And of course, what is his name? Americano Grande. I mean, I don't even know. Gunther and Goldberg were getting into it to hype up their match at Saturday night's main event. And LA Knight looks good in that Penta mask, but somehow LA Knight beats Seth Rollins. And then we move on to NXT. Jay, why don't you go ahead and take it from here? What did you think about NXT?
It's an okay show. I got a good eye on some future stars and some not. Right here, Lainey Reed, future star, but she needs more rep, Savage, as you call it.
Kalani did get the win on her, and then Thea Hale attacked. So Thea Hale's going straight heel now?
I don't know where they're going with her, but I will say this. Kiani Jordan had a great finisher. She twisted her body and did that some
Oh,
Ooh.
she's great. She's got it all.
Split leg smooth.
Ava
And here
named
comes
the six
Gunther
people.
Savage. Gunther's coming out right now. The champion, the guy that beat Goldberg.
I wouldn't brag about beating Goldberg. That was crazy how that was Goldberg's longest match in his career, by the way.
And probably the best match of his career.
Yeah.
Probably the best match of his career.
Ava named the six for the Evolution Battle Royal, which would be Jada Parker, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, Lash Legend, Izzy Dame, and Tatum Paxley. And by the way, it looked like Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe became best friends. Inamura got the upper hand on Oba Femi backstage, and Ricky Saints made it official. He would get a match against Ethan Page, which would be a false count anywhere. Jasper Troy ambushed Javon Evans backstage, and Tavion Heights beat Dempsey in an I Quit match. I don't even know. Is that real?
That was bad.
It's bad. Hendry and Santana beat High Rise despite Trick Williams' interference. And how are you feeling about Hank and Tank over here? They're holding down the tag team division.
Yeah, and I think they came a long way. It's well deserved. I thought they were a joke, but you know, they have good experience and they come a long way. I gotta say, they have really come a long way.
This is like the Tony D'Angelo effect, because I thought Tony was a joke when I first saw him, and then he came a long way, and I loved him. And now these guys, I guess, earning the same respect from even you. Ricky Saints beat Baylor, Smokes, and Drake to earn his false count anywhere shot versus Ethan Page. And then we move on to Dynamite on Wednesday night. Ooh. Now, Jay, Dynamite, from what I've read and saw, it looked like it was an episode from the Attitude Era.
I saw it, and if I was the book, I would be upset. But I saw it. I'll give you my take. I saw it.
All right. But I'll pop off the results, and then you tell me what you want about AEW. We had Storm and Monet facing off, hyping up their match at All In. Takeshita crushes Bandito with a Raging Fire. Ricochet versus Blake Christian. And, of course, Ricochet flies high, wins his match. Megan Bayne bombs her way to the Casino Gauntlet. And then, of course, MJF cutting a brutal promo on Mark Briscoe, maybe going a little too far. Samoa Joe chokes out Yuta. Gabe Kidd strikes post-match. Mox and Bucks choke out Hangman Squad. There was plastic bags being used, some chaos. Outrunners cutting a nasty promo on Dynamite. I feel like they need to pull the trigger on these guys before they lose whatever momentum they have. And unfortunately, that's not what happened at All In. We'll get into that. Swerve wrecks the Young Bucks limo. Now, this was good shit. He wrecked the Young Bucks. They come out. How are we going to get through this financially? Go ahead, Jay. What was your take on AEW Dynamite?
The Storm and Monet. I could have lived without it. Because you know why? I heard it for the last month. Yeah. Exchanges between
very repetitive.
It's always repetitive, and it didn't do it to me. What made the matter worse was that Monet effed up when she says Sunday. So it wasn't even good as is. I don't know why people were like, "Oh, it was really good. I'm interested." I didn't even get farly.
I think it's their fans that just like seeing them and don't even care if they're from.
I would have not done that, and I thought the whole Yoki Doki, Stoopy, Moki, Boogie, Oogie, Mark Briscoe, MJF segment, I thought that was unnecessary too. I thought that was very unnecessary.
I mean, overall, I haven't been watching Dynamite, but, you know, I'm keeping up with it. I watch the highlights, the clips. Overall, this looked like an episode that I might have enjoyed this week, possibly.
I will say this. It was a good build-up towards All In, but there were some segments I could have lived without. And I just named it.
There always is.
I could have lived the two. I could have lived without the two.
Gunther now getting interrupted by Braun Breaker, by the way.
This guy is a pure beast. He is the badass for sure.
Yeah, well,
this is where we need to go, Savage and everyone. We need to go in the direction of Braun Breaker because now Seth Rollins is injured. Now, if Seth Rollins comes out and cash in and whatever, I would truly be amazed right now. But it doesn't look like that's happening. It looks like it's legitimate because he was on crutches backstage at Evolution. So this looks legit, Savage. I need to go plan B. It's Braun Breaker.
You know what I like about this match right now is it's starting early. They're giving this match a lot of time to breathe, this Casino Gauntlet, and you kind of have to when you have these big names involved.
Everybody got the night off. I got to. For God's sakes, I'm putting Nikki Bella on tonight. How desperate I am to book a match. Call me the bookie. I mean,
I think they just want to. I think they just want to keep her relevant and going after Evolution. Did you watch TNA?
No.
Did you watch TNA this week? All right. So Ash and Heather by Elegance defeated Harley Hudson and Myla Grace in the Knockout World Tag Team match. Cedric Alexander and Jason Hotch and John Skyler defeated Mustafa Ali's personal Secret Service. Shout out to Dark STG for being one of the Secret Service for Mustafa Ali. So that's a big move for him. He's making waves in TNA. And he looked good, too, doing it. I saw the highlights. Masha Slamovich and Lei Ying defeated Fallon Henley and JC Jane. Steve Macklin defeated Jake Something and Mance Warner to retain the TNA International Championship. Indy Hartwell defeated our girl Victoria Crawford.
Horrible.
First Class and the Nemeths defeated the Rascals and the Hardy Boys on TNA. Gunther right now having a few words.
It's going crazy. This segment is going insane right now. It really
Braun Breaker getting in the way of wow, this is getting serious.
Stepped in the face of Gunther right now, Savage. It's getting real.
But you know Paul Heyman's going to bring this down a notch.
Oh, man. This is getting serious right now. I'm loving it. This is the direction I have to go. Rollins is injured. I need a strong person that's going to carry the business for a while. It's Braun Breaker. Now, what'll be really cool, Savage, is Braun Breaker wins the belt, right? Then Seth Rollins comes in.
So what are you saying? SummerSlam, it's Gunther and Gunther and Braun at SummerSlam?
I'm gonna say no because it's a 2-day event. I gotta sell asses to seats. Right now, Jelly Roll does not attract me to go all the way to fucking MetLife Stadium. Excuse me. But I have to say the favorite should be CM Punk. He's a big name. He could draw. It's something you're gonna want to watch.
I think we're getting CM Punk versus Gunther just because of the shove we had. You remember the shove CM Punk had on Gunther?
That is a great acknowledgement, Savage, and I couldn't agree with you more. Like it's right there for you.
This match here is going to happen, but I think this right here is more of a tease than a spoiler.
We fought in NXT, and we know that Braun got the victory. So it happened. Is it going to happen the main roster? Not today.
It's a matter of time, but not yet. LA Knight and Jimmy Uso win their tag team match to kick off SmackDown. Jade Cargill attacked Naomi, and the Wyatt Six cash in with Eric Rowan and become tag team champions. They end the Street Profits 119-day reign.
Listen, horror movies do not belong in wrestling. I'm sorry. It's a big fucking joke.
You can't be happy.
Excuse me. No, I'm going off. Jay is going off right now.
You can't be happy for Bray Wyatt.
Jay is going off right now. Everybody who loves this shit is a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck who it is, okay? This is horrible. This is a disrespect to the tag team division. Not only to the tag team division, to the championships that was established by the greats. I can name tag teams on and on, like the Road Warriors or G-Generation X with Road Dogg and Bad Eye Billy Gunn. I can go with Edge and Christian. For God's sakes, you give it to a bunch of role-playing monsters, okay? Role-playing monsters we're going to give the tag team championship, and you're telling me that Gargano, Ciampa, Andrade, Rey Fenix, the Motor City Rashigas, all of these tag teams are all spooked at a bunch of role-playing monsters that are holding the tag team championships, and you want me to buy that? For God's sakes, no. I have told people that this was awesome when we first saw it, but that would be the end of it because it is hard to book them, and you book them by winning the tag team championship, a disrespect for every legend in the past. I don't even want to go on with that, for God's sakes. You're going to give it to them, okay? And you're going to give it to a bunch of spooks And now we don't know what to do. We don't know who's going to be the number one contender. We had probably Savage, excuse me by saying this, the Street Profits, for God's sakes. They were a good heel tag team champion. And we give it to a bunch of spooks. So
well,
now
listen, if
we're
they're
going to have
going to
a
give it
bunch
to
of
them,
spooks. No, excuse me. Everybody that's going to MetLife and have a ticket, congratulations, everybody. You are going to watch a bunch of spooks role-playing in horror costumes against a legitimate tag team like Andrade and Ray Phoenix. I hope you enjoyed it, MetLife. I hope
if they did this to push Uncle Howdy to the moon, I'm okay with that. If Uncle
Howdy into the rocking chair because he's not even in the match. He's not even in the
Howdy. Hear me out, because I gotta move on to the next match.
I'm gonna take a sip of my Gatorade. Go ahead.
Uncle Howdy doesn't get a world championship run out of all this crap they're doing now, then yeah, it's all trash. Okay, I'll just keep it that simple. Logan Paul, Jelly Paul had some chaos on SmackDown, and then in a shock moment, R-Truth rolls up Aleister Black, Malachi Black, whatever they're calling him nowadays. Malachi Black lost his mind, by the way. Is he Malachi Black or is he Aleister Black now?
No, he's Malachi Black, and I think finally people are starting to see what Paul Heyman sees in the backstage. This guy's a star.
Of course he's a star.
We got to book him into a star.
We knew he was a star the moment we saw him on NXT, bro.
I got to say something. I got to go off again. Not on Malachi Black. I got to go off on R-Truth. I got to go off at the way he's being booked. I thought he had a really strong momentum.
He just won a match.
Hold on. Let me go backwards because maybe you forgot. When me and Billy were talking about R-Truth and cutting his hair, we thought that was one hell of a promo. We all three of us said it, and we would love to see where this goes. They had the momentum with John Cena booked twice on SmackDown the following 2 weeks after, okay? And then what happened after that, Savage? The John Cena got interrupted. Something happened, the qualification or some interference or some run-in. And as a result, what happened? R-Truth is once again in Inception mode, Savage. He is limbo mode. He doesn't know where to go. We don't know what to do with him now. It's not attractive. Now I'm putting him with Malachi Black, but guess what? R-Truth is supposed to shine more than Malachi Black, and now it's the opposite. What are we doing with R-Truth, Savage? What are we doing?
Nothing. I don't think there was ever any plans for him. I think they just hired him back.
The plan was to cut your hair and just cut a great promo, and that's it.
I don't know what they're doing with him. Maybe there's going to be a faction. Maybe R-Truth is going to group up with all the different losers, because there's a lot of losers on SmackDown. I can name them. You want me to name all the losers? Yeah. Carmelo Hayes. He's been doing a lot of losing. Andrade. He's been doing a lot of losing. There's a lot of losers on SmackDown. And R-Truth might have to be the hero.
You want to call these people losers? I call these people.
They're not losers in life. They've lost some matches.
I don't call them losers. I call them choking when the momentum comes. When they have their shine. When Carmelo Hayes came, first match with Cody, delivered. What happened with Orton? Failed. What happened after that? Caca. We never saw him until an Andrade 7 series, which I did not want to see for 7 times. But we saw it. They give you the momentum, Savage. If I give you the microphone to cut a promo right now for 3 minutes, you will go ballistic. The freaking microphone will be on fire, for God's sakes. We're giving people opportunity like Carmelo Hayes, like Andrade, like Rusev, right? What do we do? Are they taking the ball? I asked you that. I asked you that.
Right now, I like what they're doing with Rusev as far as like they're presenting him strong. Like he's coming out having powerful matches, winning.
After fighting jokers like Otis and whatever,
he's still winning, Jay. Unfortunately, in the real world, when you have guys like Cody Rhodes and John Cena, who are your champion guys right now, and Gunther, and you're not just going to come in out of nowhere and be champion right now. It's not happening.
We're doing a WCW move. Basically, we have great veterans that can hold titles and this.
Listen, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a tough question, because you keep saying all these guys could be this or could be that. At the end of the day, they all can't be that. So if you had to pick the one guy, right? Let's say you have to pick between Malachi Black or Aleister Black and Braun Breaker, and only one of them's being the champion. No one. Whoever you pick, that's the only one that's going to be a world champion. Who are you picking?
I love my boy Braun Breaker. That's a hands down no brainer. But
Okay.
can both of them be the champion? Absolutely.
Yes, I agree. But the
And
point is, they're usually only one guy at a time, man. It's a line.
because
You got to wait in line.
it's okay. Let me ask you this question. You say it like that. How about like this? Can we say Aleister Black, Braun Breaker? Who will go over? Can we say it's based on merch sales as well? Would you say that?
I think Braun Breaker's got a more prominent
So if
place.
Braun Breaker's a badass, he has great matches. He spears the shit out of Sami Zayn every week. But Aleister Black sells merch. He's the number 2 out of the top 5.
I think it depends. I think it depends on who. I think it really depends on who's producing it.
Okay, but who should be the star? Should it be Braun Breaker still? Or should it be Aleister Black?
No, it should be Aleister Black.
So it depends on merch sales as well. That's what I'm saying. It has different metrics. What I'm trying to say. Every wrestler got to hit a metric. You got to hit all cylinders.
But it can't just be just merch sales. Like you got to be able to like entertain. People have to talk about you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
People have to be able to talk about you. Some craziness right here. Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, now a thing in SmackDown. Wow. Right? Is this a real thing? Are they a tag team now?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It makes me sick.
I mean, I don't like it. I don't think Charlotte needs anybody. And then, of course, the night ends with chaos. Braun Breaker causing chaos again on SmackDown. But SmackDown would just lead to Saturday, and Saturday was a crazy day. You had 3 shows.
It's too much.
American Bash.
Too much.
You had AEW All In, which, by the way, it looked like they changed the time of their pay-per-view just because Saturday night's main event was on. They're a pay-per-view, and they wanted nothing to do with WWE, Jay. They didn't want the Saturday night main event smoke, Jay.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Do you think that's a weak look on AEW for not wanting to go toe-to-toe with main event?
No, I just think the show is entirely long and unnecessary. There was some matches there I could have cut off.
Why don't you go ahead and read us the results of the Great American Bash? And then
right here defeated Ricky Saints for the North American title, Falls Count Anywhere. I thought this was a good match. These two guys know each other so well. They've been saying it on damn interviews, Chris Van Vliet podcast. So it was a great mix. I enjoyed this match. I thought the right person won. What we got after that? We got Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe defeated Fatal Influence. Blake Monroe debut was good. I expected a little more, but I kind of knew where they were going with this after watching this match, but I enjoyed it. Obafemi and Ikanora, I hope I'm saying that right. But this was a good match. I enjoyed it. I just didn't like the interference. I thought it was unnecessary, but it's telling a story. So when you tell good stories, I like the match even more. So I thought it was a good match. Joe Henry, Mike Santana unites and silence Trick Williams. I thought this was good. Dark State is stale to me. That's why they've been in TNA and I haven't been watching it. I'm sure Savage hasn't watched it as well. Slow Ruka defeated Izzy Dame. I thought this was probably one of the good Izzy Dame matches you're going to get out of all the matches she has, even though she's Braun Breaker's girl. I get it. I don't like to disrespect my boy's girl, but damn, man, she needs a little more work. That's just me. Soul Ruka's on fire, though. Jasper Toy and Javon Evans. This match, I wanted to see if the young guy from season 1 can hang for the LFG winner. And he can. The thing with this Savage and everyone, he's just like another ordinary big man. And there's a lot of big men, especially in NXT. We just saw the guys fight for the title, for God's sakes. Those are big men, too. There's a lot of big men. What you got to do is make yourself unique. I'm not seeing it in Jasper Troy. I'll give you the credit. You're a rookie, so I'll give you another 6 months, man. Javon Evans, everybody likes the old young OG. He's good to me. I just don't like that whole character. But, yeah, it was okay. Okay match.
It was just okay?
Because this guy works like a regular big guy. There's nothing unique. I need to see something. Look at your guy. I'll give you an example. When I look at Ox, I see a guy that's going to fucking kill people. Okay, just by walking, it's the footsteps is just making people shake and fall over the floor, and they're all dead. Okay, when I see Jasper Troy coming out with stupid chains in his arm and his own neck, what the f? It's not for me. Oh, you carry some chains. Oh, look, are you scared? You see, it. There's nothing there. Like I need some a spark, like the evil side, and they're trying so hard. They're booking him with Ricky Singh. They're booking him with Javon Evans. They're booking him with Obafemi. But it's not hitting. It's just a regular match with an ordinary big jobber, I would say. I mean, disrespect, but that's how I'm seeing it.
And you watched all of All In.
I actually did watch All In, unfortunately.
All of it. All right, so go ahead and give us the results.
This match was so unnecessary. I could have given two craps about it. Not good for Jay. What's next?
Well, it would help if you gave the result, though, at least.
But the Ops defeated the Death Riders. They're still the Trios champion. Tony the Storm defeated Mercedes Moné for the title. I knew this was going to happen. I was very let down with this match for the silliness that I was seeing. It wasn't my cup of tea. It was good, but it wasn't good for Jay. It wasn't a game changer, but the right person won. Do I want to see a rematch? I'm a little iffy about it. Dustin Rhodes defeated Kyle Fletcher, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia for the TNT Championship that was vacated by Adam Cole due to concussion. He had a concussion earlier this week, I believe, on Collision Savage and everybody. And now that must be the second one he has in AEW. Let's not forget the one New Japan AEW Forbidden Door, the first pay-per-view, which Adam Cole got in the fatal four-way with Okada and got the concussion there, which was really serious and took him out for a while. Then he was taken out with the ankle jumping over the rail and that we saw in Grand Slam, saving MJF. So very devastating for Adam Cole. One of my favorite Savage. I don't know about you and everybody, but he was one of my favorites. And it's true.
I wish him a very speedy recovery.
I'm sorry. I said it was Zoe Stark when she made that loud, horrible noise when she got injured. I'm going to say when I see a grown-ass man crying and over 70,000 people strong in Texas, I mean, damn, I'm going to give a fuck too. And I do give a fuck. Adam Cole was one of the best. Hopefully he comes back from this Savage. But me personally, I think one concussion is too many. I think you got to worry about your health at times too. Don't you agree, Savage?
Yeah, 100%, man. Too many concussions. It's time to go.
So the Hurt Syndicate defeated Jet Speed and Patriarch, excuse me, for the AEW Tag Team title match. I didn't enjoy this. I like the combination of Jet Speed. I do like that. So I'm not going to knock your boy, which you love, Mike Bailey. I'm sure, Savage, you got a lot of things to say about Mike Bailey. But overall, it was an okay match. It was something that I was.
The only thing I need to say about Mike Bailey is he can probably beat the shit out of 99% of the wrestlers in the world.
And it's absolutely true. And before I get into Athena winning, which was also one of the.
I did like hearing about that. I didn't see it, but I was very happy for her because she's awesome.
But before I get into that, I do want to say that Adam Copeland made his return when Nick Wayne basically betrayed.
We got the results.
All right. I just want to say that I didn't like that because it reminded me of Penta Savage when he was dancing. This guy literally had pyros and saying hi to fans. We're not coming for the save right away.
Well, by the way, Penta just got murdered on Monday Night Raw.
He got speared, and that's what happens when you fight a monster as Braun Breaker. And Gunther right now, Savage is clapping right now. He's enjoying it.
He's enjoying
it. And now LA Knight's coming out.
He's enjoying it like MJF enjoyed winning the men's casino gauntlet match, securing his AEW world title shot. I would love to see him be the one to beat Hangman Adam Page. Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay defeat the Young Bucks, and their EVP status has been stripped. What did you think about those two matches, Jay?
Strickland and Ospreay, I kind of enjoyed it. It's not my style of match. I'm going to be honest with you guys, but
they do make a good tag team. I do like the Hidden Blade and the house call.
Savage, the thing that still blows my mind is that Adam Page is the champion and he's over Swerve. It still makes no sense to me, especially what I saw from Swerve this weekend. MJF, winning is just too obvious.
What'd you think about Mr. Okada defeating Kenny Omega?
It didn't do it for me. I thought it was Big letdown for
Really?
people that say this was one of their best matches.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people saying they love the match.
Yeah, you're absolutely fucking dreaming because they had better matches in New Japan than this shit. And the last
for
one in
sure,
Japan
yeah,
was 10
obviously.
times better. No, and I'm gonna defend that because New Japan and AEW, we're affiliated, mofos, just in case you don't know out there. We're affiliated with them. So AEW style of matching is the same as New Japan, and New Japan is the same style as AEW. So there's no excuse that you shouldn't have a 5-star match. I didn't see that. I thought this was just a regular, good match with, what is it, Savage, what we hate? A lot of interference.
No, there's always interference. So there's your boy Christian making his comeback, and then of course Adam Cole had to step away. I had that in here too. You already went off on that. But what did you think about Adam Copeland reuniting with Christian? But Jay, I'm not happy. It's not Edge and Christian. It's Adam and Christian.
Why am I coming out, going to the left side to say hi to a bunch of 100 fans? I'm gonna do my pyro. Meanwhile, Wayne is still holding the chair, by the way. He's ready to hit. I'm going to do my pyro now, everybody. Boop, 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 boop. And now I'm going to go walk to the ring with my bat with spikes, and I'm going to come in for the save. Are you expecting me to believe that? Excuse me. It's the same thing we saw with Penta at Saudia. We just seen it again. We just seen it. No, it didn't do it for me. I don't care. Go find yourself. Yeah, well, go find yourself, bro.
LA Knight right now, by the way, is handling Braun Breaker. Paul Heyman not looking too happy. We will keep you updated on that. But continue with All In. The main event, Hangman Adam Page able to beat Jon Moxley in another brutal, bloody match that we've seen 100 times. What were your take on that match, Jay?
A lot of shenanigans. I never saw someone get busted open the first 3 minutes more than a Jon Moxley match. For God's sakes, a fork just comes out to play. He's busted open.
The fork was a little much, no?
I just thought it was a lot of shenanigans, a lot of interference, a lot of unnecessary things. I mean, for God's sakes, I got Nana hiding under a desk for the last 35 minutes of the match.
Yeah, I was like, why isn't Nana coming out to the ring?
And with no explanation, Nana just been there the whole time. Then I got Swerve coming down. Then I got Ospreay took him out. So I'm assuming that Ospreay is taking little time off from AEW because they just wheeled him out in a stretcher. So I guess that's the send-off that I need time off.
Yeah,
I see the more shenanigans, the return of, can we say, 2 people at the same time, which I thought was so unnecessary. Honestly, Savage and everyone, I would have been okay with a Darby Allin return than a Bryan Danielson.
Well, did he return? Didn't he come down from the sky?
You're telling me, listen, as a fan watching it, you're telling me 2 stories to happen to Jon Moxley. One was Bryan Danielson that Jon Moxley took out to win the title. Now you're telling me the other story that Darby Allin got taken out by you guys, and now he is back as well. What story am I going to have with Jon Moxley now? Where do I go? Why did I need 2 surprise debuts when I could have just had one in Darby Allin?
I feel like that's just Tony's pet peeve of being able to not, like, he has to get everything in. He has to do too much. It is what it is. It's classic, Jay, let's be honest. It's classic Tony Khan booking. It's not like this is something new. He's done this at every fucking show we've been to live. He does this shit at Grand Slam. He does it at All Out, All In, Double or Nothing. Every single show, he has to jam-pack 6 4-on-4 tornado tag matches that are meaningless. Whatever. I don't want to get into it. Saturday night's main event was what it says. It was the only wrestling on at that time. By this time, there's no AEW, there's no NXT. It's time for WWE, the best in professional wrestling, right here. And what do we get? We got Drew McIntyre defeating Randy Orton, and Logan Paul had to come out. A lot of shit happened. Jelly Roll got hit with a Claymore. I'll give him credit for the Claymore. He took that pretty good.
I mean, I don't know, Savage, on that. I'm not getting impressed with the
All right,
SummerSlam.
I get all right.
Nah, nah.
I'm sick of the celebrity bullshit too. But at the end of the day, no, excuse me, Randy Orton defeated Drew McIntyre, and that's when Drew lost his mind, and he and Logan Paul made some trouble. We had Naomi coming out to the ring. This time she would be attacking Jade Cargill as Bianca Belair was announced as the special guest referee for their match the very next night. And we have a lot of chaos between Solo Sikoa. Jacob Fatu is getting back in the game now. He was gone for a little bit. Now he's back. Are you liking where they're going with this story, the way they're handling Jacob and Solo?
It's okay. We've seen it already, but I think it's just leading to War Games. I think we're going to see a bigger picture.
All right. Were you shocked that LA Knight beat Seth Rollins, or obviously you figured that with the injury?
No, I just think it was the injury, and we just had to end the match. I thought they pulled an audible.
Okay.
I really.
Why
would I?
Maybe that's why the Gunther and Goldberg match went 15 minutes. I think if it wasn't
bad, though.
If it wasn't for Seth getting hurt, supposedly, which by the way, I heard he didn't get hurt on that.
Did you see it live?
I saw the replay.
Okay, how they just cut off his speech.
Oh, like, yeah, I heard about that.
That's bad, bro. That's
NBC. That's not WWE.
But I think it was due because of that injury, and I think it just kind of messed up. Like the whole time.
I think that the match, the Goldberg Gunther match, was only supposed to be like 5 to 7 minutes. I don't think it was supposed to be 15 minutes.
Well, Gunther just earned his stars and stripes, Savage, and everyone.
That's why they were milking all those scenes with the chopping and the talking shit and his son, and they did everything they could to extend the match. It was good. It was good. At the end of the day, kudos to Goldberg. Congratulations on an incredible career. Not many people can say that they did what you did. Go into WCW, beat 173 guys, undefeated, beat Hulk Hogan for the world championship. Nobody's ever going to do that shit again. So congratulations to you. It was a good Saturday night's main event with the exception of Seth getting hurt. And then, of course, Sunday night, it's not over. We got more wrestling. Evolution Day. This is, and by the way, I feel like this is my best work so far with utilizing AI to tell the results of stories. I feel like this cover and all the pages. Becky Lynch retains the IC title in a triple threat against Bayley and Valkyria. We have JC Jane defeating Jordan Grace to retain her NXT Women's title. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez survived the Fatal 4-Way Chaos and remained the tag team champions. We have Tiffany Stratton defeating Trish Stratus to retain hers. Jade Cargill crushes Naomi in a brutal no-holds-barred match. We have Stephanie Valcour standing tall and winning. And I told you, Jay, I told you this girl was going to the top. We'll get into it. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. I was watching the match, Jay, and guess what? These two were tearing down the house. And I actually wanted to see them finish the match, but Naomi had different plans, didn't she, Jay? She comes down, she cashes in, and she is your new women's world champion. And Jay, go Evolution. What do you have to say about it? What stood out to you?
Great night for women all weekend long, starting with the Serrano match Friday night at MSG. First women boxing card, a highlight. Talk about Evolution. Another second pay-per-view, 7 years in the making. Great card. Great energy. I love the fans out there. Great first opener. Thought it was a good triple threat. I enjoyed it. Great night for women's wrestling overall. There was some things I like. I can't agree with you on Rhea Ripley, Io Sky turned the house down. I disagree. But there were some good things. I think one of the highlights.
I feel like the crowd was really into that match.
Right. Yeah, I think one of the highlights for me, what I enjoyed out of that PLE was JC Jane versus Jordan Grace. I thought that was a really good match. I was very surprised by JC Jane. I was very surprised. I didn't think she could handle her own. I thought it was a big stage for her. She proved herself. Jordan Grace, I know what she could do. She's a beast. And I love the heel turn on Blake Remote because she's not a babyface. So I enjoyed the whole thing from beginning to the end.
I can get on board with that, Elliot. Julia should have defended her title.
Yeah, I thought that was a big loss, but having Julia Evolution was great too. I enjoyed Julia. She's getting a bigger pop. Savage is becoming big. So yeah, I'm loving it.
Quick Raw update: Braun Breaker just defeated LA Knight, and now Jey Uso's coming to the ring. So Jay, I did think Evolution was a good show. I think it looked like it was sold out. Looked like fans loved it, and from what I'm seeing online, the reaction is they want to make this annual. The fans do. WWE though, Triple H has gone on record saying we're not sure yet. It's up in the air.
I think it's hard to do. I think it's very hard to do.
It is hard to do, and people don't understand why, unless they really understand the business. Here's a look at the landscape of the WWE. Here are your world champions for WWE NXT. Here's a good look at your tag team champion.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
The role-playing spooks. The role-playing spooks.
It's that time of the show that we go off the rails. This coming August 2nd, as a matter of fact, Zaya Brookside will be at WrestleCon along with the Godfather. You're not going to want to miss it. Ox Adams will be there as well, also Friday. All right, Godfather's there all weekend. Come on down, meet Godfather, meet Savage, meet Zaya Brookside, meet Ox Adams. Take a look up close at the Savage Heavyweight Championship. Take a look up close at the Savage Heavyweight Champion of the world. And by the way, DJ Storms is still a loser. Here are the 8x10 options for Zaya Brookside. One on the left, one on the right. Okay. Wow. I like it.
Which one left? Left or the right?
Left or right. Let me know what you like. You can pre-order them now. Just send me a DM on Instagram, and we'll make sure Zaya Brookside not only signs it, hugs it, kisses it, and sends it your way forever. A true collectible, only brought to you from the Savage Kingdom and available at WrestleCon. The print you see on your left, only 10 in the world. Only 10 in the 10 people will take this custom-made WrestleCon Super Charles Wright pick, showcasing some of his more immortal characters in his career. And then, of course, the classic Godfather Dancing with a Hose. We also have this very limited Papa Shango print. Only 20 of these available for purchase. They will sell out, I promise you. And of course, we have Savage 8x10s. We have Ox Adams 8x10s. I'm surprised it even fits on an 8x10. Those are your options for Savage and Ox Adams. Speaking of summertime, Jay, you do know there's a heat wave going on.
At the Elks Lodge, there's a heat wave going on.
July 19th, some new matches announced at the historic Elks Lodge building.
Jesus, that building's so...
Rage with Chaos taking on Big Ox Adams, and that sexy Greek Savage guy is going to be there too. Mel Ramos taking on Ghost Shadow. Tiffany Grady taking on Roxy. For not only that, not only is she fighting Roxy, but she's fighting her for the title, Jay.
Where are you?
She's by herself on this one. All
no.
Right? My attention has to be focused solely on Ox Adams. Unfortunately, I told Grady this.
It's a big match.
Don't worry. Who says I'm not going to maybe help a little? Just because they said I can't. When do I listen to people?
I didn't say that. You heard
when do I listen to people? Another new match announced. We have Benjamin White, Joe Trash, and Robbie Rebel taking on Revolution.
Hold on. The guy's name is Joe Trash.
Yes, Joe Trash.
Who is Joe Trash? Which one?
I guess he's the one in the middle.
Why is he Joe Trash? I don't get it.
Maybe his father was a trash man. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just a weird.
Maybe he's a trash man. Maybe he's a garbage man. We have Cha Cha Charlie taking on Tommy Invincible. Tommy Invincible, I hope you get your ass kicked, okay? Because I see you on social media asking for matches against John Cena, asking for matches against Randy.
Shit.
Who in the blue hell do you think you are? Get your ass in the back of the line and keep trying to prove yourself. But I don't wish you good luck in this match.
He said Cha Cha Charlie.
Cha Cha Charlie's legit. Yo.
No, yeah. No, I know.
Cha Cha
No, I'm
Charlie.
laughing. Listen, I'm not laughing.
Legit.
Listen, hold on. Let me set the record straight. I'm not laughing at Cha Cha Charlie. I just laughing at the fact that I say, what kind of name is Joe Trash? And then you say, up next, we got Cha Cha Charlie. I'm like, what is
Well, what am I supposed to say?
Wait, I was just, that's the moment I was laughing. But I know Cha Cha Charlie. I know what he's about. Good wrestler.
Do you?
Not gonna
Do
knock.
you really know Cha Cha Charlie?
Man, I seen him. I see you arguing. I seen it. All right.
Did you see his,
right here against Super.
Did you see his documentary?
Me personally, I have not seen the full documentary.
Okay, it's really good actually. Like
I seen clip, but I haven't seen the.
You saw the clip, right?
I saw the clip, but I haven't seen.
Yeah, I give him a lot of credit.
I'm gonna be dead honest. I should see.
Everybody should go check out Cha Cha Charlie's documentary. It's really good. We also have the Audacity taking on Super Elevator, Chris Angels taking on Super Nitro, Joey Sands, Max Capacity, and Dylan Woodward for the CCW Triple Threat Global International Championship. And it's all going down Saturday, July 19th. See, Mercedes, it's not hard to say the correct day. Saturday, July 19th. Okay? Try. Just try. Go follow CCW on Instagram. You can also follow them on Facebook and pick up tickets now. Not many are left, Jay. People should pick them up. All right, we get to my favorite part of the show, some breaking news. Jay, I'll just, do what I normally do. By the way, Jey Uso about to get superplexed through the ring. Jacob Fatu makes a surprise return after the United States title. We all know that. Randy Orton drops hints about playing Batman. Did you hear about this? I think Randy could be a good Batman. Don't you?
Have you seen him act?
The Marine 6 was great. Or was it Marine 7? I can't remember.
Oh, man. I got to say, The Miz is way better actor than Randy Orton.
I'm not going to argue that. Adam Cole hints at retirement after vacating the TNT title due to health issues.
I think he should.
I think he needs to just stay away for a while, man. There's so many things he could pursue. The guy's very talented.
Listen,
he has a lot of passion for video games.
He lost his girl, and now he lost his career. Like, Jesus.
Wow. Jesus.
That's crazy.
Jay, you just violated that, man.
This is what happens, Adam Cole, when you went to AEW. What you see, I blame AEW.
Of course you do.
I blame them. You know why? The way they were booking him, the matches, the silly goofiness. Wasted it.
Jey Uso going for the cover on Braun Breaker. Braun able to kick out. We'll keep you updated on that. We'll keep bringing you the breaking news. Okada wins his AEW championship match. Dustin Rhodes wins his match. We have Goldberg delivering the emotional speech that got cut off by NBC, or do you think it was WWE?
I think it's NBC because it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I 100%. That's an NBC thing. But I'm sure they're going to have it up on YouTube, right? That doesn't mean WWE.
Well, they have to post it. No, it's posted up. But
yeah, it has to be.
It had to. I mean,
so why are people getting mad at WWE for something?
Yeah, no. Let me tell you something, and I think Bill Alfonso can say this. Yeah, shit happens, man. All right, when you go in the ring, you're risking yourself. So there's a fucking injury, and this happened. That's what happened with the Goldberg speech. It wasn't WWE's fault. NBC is just shit happened.
Jay, we're getting something we thought we would maybe never see. At least this soon.
This is what I'm not gonna like. He's gonna go over Braun. Big mistake. I don't think it's the right call.
Braun Breaker has went through Jey Uso. He's went through LA Knight. He's went through Penta, of course, with the help of Bronson Reed by his side.
We're from New York, so here's the question I ask you: is it worth going to SummerSlam after you realize CM Punk has won and is facing Gunther?
Listen, I love CM Punk. I have no problem going to a CM Punk main event.
Is it worth going to MetLife?
It's not worth going to MetLife unless the ticket's $140.
So let me ask you. So, regardless of how cheap it is, you would still go to see that match.
Let me tell you something right now.
You drive
when I went on August. Listen, on Saturday, August 2nd.
I know where you're going to be.
At about 4 p.m., when I have finished dropping off the Godfather at the airport, I'm gonna look online, and if tickets are going for $140, I am going to SummerSlam.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
140 is worth the price of admission to a major event like that just for
Can
the
we
content
can we
alone.
say that this will be the biggest failure as a fan for SummerSlam 2-day event? Can we just say that? I'm not saying it's not going to break records and make a shitload of money. Of course, it's going to make a shitload of fucking money. But can we say, Savage, that this is probably leading up to be one of the worst SummerSlams, and why we don't
without a doubt in my mind? That's why they have to have Cardi B there.
That's why we need a triple threat with a women's tag team that we've seen the last.
Right. Do you agree with Gunther that Goldberg isn't Mount Rushmore material?
Yes.
Oh, okay, we'll keep that simple. I like it. Keep it moving. More breaking news. Swerve Strickland admits he destroyed the Young Bucks limo without a license. Well, he's naughty. And Jelly Roll destroyed with a Claymore kick. I loved it. I thought he took it well. You can let me know in the chat what you guys thought. Jay, you got any comments on Swerve over here with no license?
I'm still shocked that he's not champion right now. It still blows my mind.
Well, Big E's doing a commercial with Jey Uso and a donkey. That's nice. Cody Rhodes calls out gotcha culture after backlash over WWE holding events in Saudi Arabia.
There's a lot of tension going on, Savage. It's very personal, and I don't like to get into personal tension shit like that. So.
All right, how about Kevin Von Erich signs a deal with AEW, new Legends deal, well-deserved. Do you think WWE is upset that they couldn't snatch him up, or they don't even care?
Good deal by AEW. This is the only under Legend person they have. So, I mean, it's a big win for them, but geez.
I mean, we haven't seen Sting on TV in a while. We haven't seen Ric Flair on TV in a while. Ric Flair's got his own issues. But I feel like Kevin Von Erich is an actual big win for AEW.
I don't think so, but
yeah. The reason I say that, Jay, is because whether you know it or not, which I'm sure you already know it, Kevin Von Erich does have a small army of fans that love him. Like, love him.
Yeah, but I will say this out of respect. When you're on fire and you have that 15 minutes of fame, it does go out. And I think it just went out. I think they stretched it as much as they can. And, hey, congratulations. But is it going to change anything like business-wise and WWE failing to get him? No.
I'm sure they're going to sell some merch and, we'll see what happens with his boys. Dustin Rhodes locks in long-term AEW deal. Another legend. We were just talking about they don't have any legends. Dustin Rhodes is a legend. Certifiable. And he's not going in the WWE Hall of Fame for at least another 7 years.
Yeah, because he just signed this contract. So congratulations to that.
He got the bag, too. Tony Khan paid him up to stick around. Matt Hardy slams internet nobodies for claiming he shouldn't be wrestling.
Shouldn't be.
No, why? If you want to wrestle, you should wrestle. It's that simple. It's up to you. It's up to you. Goldberg
not on national team.
WWE gave others the spear just to downplay his. I 100% believe that. I think that shit started with Edge.
Actually, let's see.
Edge had no fucking business doing a spear. Let's be real.
Who did the spear?
For a finisher, it has to be Edge.
It can't be Edge. You got to be somebody before Edge.
Rhino. But Rhino did the gore, and the gore was fucking great. The gore was a gore. A lot of people don't bring up Rhino's gore. Rhino's gore was as good as Goldberg's spear.
Right now, Braun Breaker is carrying this match with CM Punk. Right
CM Punk looks like he's tired, to be honest with you, but
I'm loving it.
MJF tells Mark Briscoe, Jay wishes it was you during AEW Dynamite segment. Do you think this promo was too much, or was it typical cheap heat from MJF?
I'm going to say it's typical cheap heat for AEW, not MJF.
Okay. I like that. That's fair. Do you think Jake Paul's actually banned from WWE? I don't think so.
After I saw that punch he did at Saudi, I would ban him too. Shit, that was a horrible punch. That's why he's not a wrestler.
Were you expecting to see Saraya at Evolution?
No.
I thought that we were going to see her as Paige.
No.
Do you think we'll see Paige this year?
I think as a booker, I would be disappointed that I had more legends in sitting down than actually on the card. I think you needed another legend in
Well,
this.
Triple H, he said that he wanted this to be about the future.
Yeah, well, the future delivered and didn't deliver. So you had a 50-50 there.
Incredible.
I think if you're going to play evolution, you need listen, what's evolution, right? You're a monkey, you become a human person, right? So evolution. You're a diva, you become a women's wrestler. I think you needed to have another diva like Alita versus someone. You know what I mean? Just have that little star power.
Please, no. Shayna Baszler, quietly now a producer on NXT, Jay.
Yeah, it was a tryout. She was working with one of my favorites, Oni Larkin Savage, and you must know him for the greatest tag team ever in NXT 1-2. I love it. I thought it was a good match she produced with Keani Jordan. That was the match we were talking about earlier, Savage, when she did that turnaround in the top rope into that split like moonsault finisher. Thought it was good. I thought it was a real good match. So hopefully she stays with WWE as a producer, man.
I think we are going to see that, especially if she can't wrestle anymore, or at least for now, just to give her some experience until she can get back to wrestling. I'm not sure. Saraya chose AEW over WWE because they offered to sign her brother. Yeah, I think we all knew that.
I think there's a little more to that. I think she's just holding back a little bit. It can't.
By the way,
it can't.
I gotta say this, Jay. I don't think I've seen CM Punk walk in like 5 minutes. Literally, Braun Breaker.
You see his mouth wide open.
He's trying to keep up with Braun Breaker, and I don't think it's happening. Goldberg admits fan backlash hurt him, but says he turned the hate into fuel. And Rhea Ripley, she's warning fans to stop sending mail to her house.
Well, who gave the idea for her dress out? How about that?
How do these people get these addresses? I mean, what kind of level of loser?
Liv Morgan stalkers.
Yeah, these people are like losers to the max, man. TKO discussed buying TNA Wrestling amid a $10 million TV deal. It should happen already. I don't know why it hasn't.
Okay, WWE buys TNA. Then what do we do with TNA? We destroy it?
It's a step above NXT. You treat it like that. It's like minor leagues. If NXT is developmental, TNA should be minor leagues.
Wow, that's a big insult. You just said to Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy.
Oh, well.
Come
at me. Come at me, bro.
Barrett, EC3. Disrespect.
Fuck EC3.
Wow. You really going? You must have been hanging out with our boy over there.
I actually like EC3. He's a nice guy.
You sure?
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's not bad.
I don't know. I'm going to tell him.
You tell him whatever you want. I got people that will defend me. They got to get through Big Ox to get near me anyway, so I'm not worried. Michelle McCool received death threats for marrying The Undertaker.
Comes with it, man. She's a woman wrestler marrying one of the famous wrestlers. Well,
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Jelly Roll training for his WWE ring debut at SummerSlam. CM Punk, Saraya, Chris Jericho, amongst the most attacked wrestlers online. And I gotta say this. Boo-hoo. You make a lot of money. This is the life you signed up for. Deal with it.
Big elbow drop by CM Punk on Braun.
Anaconda Vice as well now. Can CM Punk make Braun Breaker tap up? We're almost at the 10:30 hour. We still got some news. Do you blame Black Adam or The Rock for like people not spending money on the movie? The movie wasn't successful. They're saying that, because of the failure of the movie, that's why The Rock's pretty much out of the DCU.
No, I think it had more to do with the different direction with DCU under James Gunn, who directed Guardians and now Superman, which is the #1 movie.
I actually liked Black Adam. I thought it was a nice.
I thought it was.
Shazam.
I thought it was okay. I loved the end with Superman coming out.
Yeah, it was definitely good enough to say I want to see more.
But not a lot of fans took it, and I think they took a big loss, like globally. Like,
All right, here it comes, guys. Get ready for CM Punk to beat Braun Breaker. Thanks to Jey Uso, who comes down and gets rid of Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker calling out for a spear right now, and we'll see what's going to happen. Will he land?
This is what's going to happen now. This is what Punk's going to do.
Go to sleep. It's over. This match is over right now. Guaranteed. CM Punk is pinning him.
We got to sell tickets, and here it is.
CM Punk, baby. I told you it was going to happen. I mean, we knew it. We both knew it. MJF hates wrestling. Says he only does it because he's forced to. Jelly Roll locked in for WWE. Ted DiBiase, here's some news. Ted DiBiase tries to delay criminal trial over newly released evidence, Jay.
This guy's going to jail for a long time.
I agree. Dustin Rhodes got the wrong idea from Thunder Rosa's gym selfie. Better behave, Dustin. Thunder Rose is my girl. Becky Lynch lands a new comedy role in FX's movie, Movers. By the way, Gunther very happy that CM Punk won. I think he much would rather have CM Punk than Braun Breaker.
Yeah, another old guy to retire.
Yeah, exactly. Alexa Bliss says she's a crazy protective mom, and I don't blame her. I don't trust babysitters either. My deepest condolences to Teddy Long. His son passed away, and that's, no father ever wants to see their son go before them.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's hard to see. Ric Flair back in action at the gym after recent heart issues, and WWE is bringing a special edition of NXT to Philadelphia next month, Jay.
Can we have Bill Alfonso there, for God's sakes? WWE, what the fuck? Hello?
Who do you want to have there?
Bill Alfonso, Philly. We just talked about it.
Yeah. I didn't hear you because I was the Michael Cole screaming so loud right now because they're beating up Jey Uso, and Bronson Reed now has CM Punk by the head, and it looks like Braun Breaker's about to spear. Oh, he gave him the easy spear. That was the easiest spear I've ever seen in my life. God damn it, Braun. Jim Ross slams modern wrestlers, the announcers, for talking.
There's a tsunami.
Do you think they talk too much, Jay? Modern announcers?
It depends, I think. I think it depends on the individual.
Okay.
I think Michael Cole talks a lot. But then again, I don't think Joe Tessitore talks a lot. So it's different. It's
Roman Reigns.
Doesn't.
Roman Reigns is on Monday Night Raw now.
This is big live on Wrestling with Savage.
OTC is here
live to see a match with
OTC won.
OTC won.
OTC won.
Wait,
and here comes.
Here we go. Here we go. Wow.
And we have, oh my God, he almost killed Braun Breaker with that takedown. Look at that takedown right there. Bronson Reed coming in to help. Roman Reigns not having it.
This is Braun Breaker's best thing in his life right now.
Roman Reigns now immediately Samoan drop on Bronson Reed like he was a piece of trash. And now calling for the Superman punch on. Braun Breaker connects. And there it is.
God, bro.
We'll see if Roman Reigns stops doing the spear now, because I heard that there's a chance.
Okay. I have Roman Reigns. Who I'm going to put him with?
Nope, he didn't stop doing the spear. He still does it, and he just did it to Bronson Reed.
Okay, I bring Roman Reigns back. Who do I put him with? I can't put him with Seth. He's hurt. I got to put him with Braun. I'm sorry.
No, you're going to put him. The match is in front of you. It's Roman and Jay versus Bronson and Braun.
Oh, that would suck, man.
But look, am I lying? This is what we're seeing on TV. He's helping Jey Uso up right now.
I would hate to see that.
And then from there, we go to War Games. Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns. Roman's going to have to bring in Zilla too.
Or he's going to bring out Zilla,
Yeah.
But do we need to see it again?
Is Roman Reigns going to help CM Punk up?
Hell no.
No way, right?
Oh.
Well, listen, guys. At the moment, CM Punk is the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Condolences to Goldberg's family as well. Goldberg's father-in-law passed away. Becky Lynch says she's never eaten fish, Jay. Calls it disgusting.
I could see that.
Matt Hardy says WWE blocked his Hall of Fame induction, and there's a big push for Sean Waltman to get into the Solo Hall of Fame.
Again?
Yeah. And
As X-Pac?
Wyatt 6 obviously getting a push now because we saw what happened. Right? Naomi calls out WWE shop for not stocking her merch at Evolution, and she was also joking about calling The Rock to secure the title win at Evolution 2. And I don't even think that's a joke. She probably did.
And she cut a good promo today. She had me laughing.
She probably did. Gail Kim calls out fans for body shaming legends at Evolution 2.
So what was Gail Kim's role there?
I don't even know. I think she was just an advisor or
scenes. Yeah, so
a legend, like a legend kind of deal. Possibly.
Pretty cool, man. Gail Kim's one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, no, she's great.
Stephanie Valkyrie too soon.
Yeah, well, I told you they were going to put the rocket on her. Seth Rollins not factored into major SummerSlam plans after the injury. And like I said, a lot of people are telling me that this injury took place at another time, and they just used Saturday night's main event to make it look like he really got injured. So if that's true, then good acting by Seth Rollins, because he did great. People were really very upset with that last night, especially with the momentum he has right now. Ric Flair crushes a 3-minute plank challenge after cancer surgery. So God bless Ric Flair. And Saraya apologizes to fans for missing Evolution. Yeah. Big shout out to Mr. Ruda. Hit him up if you want championship titles. You can make anything you want. And of course, we started Ruda and Savage Publishing. Ruda's mantra will be out and available very soon. Very
have Ruda on the show, man.
We are going to have him on the show. Championship material. I Am Championship material is available right now. And Jay, you might want to pick one up for your son, because let me tell you something. I read my son this book right here, and he loved it. Okay? He absolutely loved this book. He went crazy for it. He's screaming, mine, 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 mine. It's a very nicely made book. The animation is awesome, as you can see here.
The QR code.
The animation is awesome. Very cool thing right there. I'm in the book too. Look at that.
Look at that money. Money for you guys.
Illustrated by Greek Savage. Mr. Ruda hooked it up for us. He gave it to my son directly. Put a big inscription for him to read. He threw in an 8x10. I love the book. My son loves the book, and your kid will love the book too. The link will be in the video description, or just go look for I Am Championship material, available where all major books are sold around the world. Available now on Amazon, Book Baby. It'll be in stores very soon, Barnes and Nobles, along with 2 other books that are coming out.
Yes.
We have Nicholas at the Zoo, which was officially published today, will be available for purchase and pre-order very soon. And Nicholas at the Aquarium also coming soon. Very excited about all the things that are happening here at the Savage Kingdom. A lot going on, Jay. You got anything you want to close out the show with?
Truly, the highlight of my night is Bill Alfonso. I was running a little late. This weather in New York absolutely sucked, big thunderstorms. But truly highlight, I never thought Savage in the whole kingdom in a million years I would speak to someone that I watch on the TV screen when I was a kid.
You've talked to a few people that you've watched on the TV screen.
And every time I talk to them, I say the same thing.
First time, right?
I say the same thing because I know you know the business. So I know you know these people like in and out, like they're your homeboys, your homegirls. But for me, as a fan, as a co-host, I don't really know them. It's just an honor to talk to them, hear their stories and what they go through. And
it's still an honor for me. I love talking. I loved
it. I loved it. I got to spend as much time as it was. I'm sure you loved it. I'm sure everybody loved it watching. Love everybody here. Love you, Savage. Love everybody, Savage Kingdom. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I feel like everybody got a special treat tonight. We had an early start time. You have an hour and a half with Bill Alfonso, and then an hour with me and Jay giving you the entire week of pro wrestling. Shout out to Billie Ann Wolf, who's not here tonight. Maybe we'll see her next week. We'll be back next week, same damn time, same damn place. And don't forget, this Saturday, if you got nothing cooking, Heat Wave, Queens, New York, July 19th, It is fucking going down, and you're not going to want to miss it right here on the greatest wrestling podcast of all time, Wrestling with Savage.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, wrestling you live by the champ. A last ride, straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam, choke slam, hit you raw. This is wrestling with Savage. Back down, hold the title. This is wrestling with Savage.
The epitome of grappling them, scrapping them toe to toe. We ride or die, my kingdom's with me, legendary up in my road. Tearing limbs up on my pole, the ankle lock grip is accurate. Greek god in the flesh, every move is immaculate.
Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign. Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign.
I be the king of the ring, the mightiest force to be reckoned with. The unstoppable, immovable manager, cause an exodus of other voices making money, choices, and wins. PG era is dead, the Savage era begins.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, wrestling you live by the champ. A last ride, straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam, choke slam, hit you raw. This is wrestling with Savage. Back down, hold the title. This is wrestling with Savage.
The real boss of all bosses, pile drivers, hip tosses. We holding multiple titles while you keep stacking up losses. Roster talent that flosses, y'all can't even present a match. I'm Minotaur in his army, breaking backs upon the mats.
Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign. Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign.
Meet the turnbuckle, top of my knee, and then my bare knuckle skilled superstars.
On
You
July
don't even
9th.
wanna dare tussle, bet I'm choking.
On July 19th, the historic Elks Lodge in Queens, New York becomes the stage for something colossal. Colossal Championship Wrestling, prepare yourselves. I am Savage, the Greek Savage, and I am not coming alone. Behind me stands a walking natural apocalypse. 7 feet tall, 350 pounds of unrelenting destruction. His name is Ox Adams. Rage and chaos, you paint your faces and play games. This is not a game. This is combat. And when Ox Adams power bombs you through the mat, no paint, no madness, no chaos will save you. This is the Savage Kingdom. We don't chase greatness, we bring it. We don't follow hype, we become the headline. CCW fans, you're not just getting a match, you're getting a moment in history. And when it's over, the only thing left standing will be the future of this business.